Crackadona, what is the big picture?
So, for the past 80 years, this has been going on, and up until just 2017, it was not taken seriously. Now we're having congressional hearings.
Check this retard's fucking hard drive!
They can do with their minds. They can make you think. They can plant false memories. They can paralyze you.
It's roasted.
They know who to talk to and who not to talk to, which is not true of people who have delusions, you know, or have come up with something which is a reflection of a mental illness. And the only thing that I know that behaves like that is real experience, where something has actually happened to these people. Then the question is, what has happened?
And he said he just wants to put it in my name. It's just a simple test. I don't know, it will hurt. Don't do it. Don't do it. And he's a fellow older. And he sticks a needle into my face.
Okay, I understand.
Yep.
What is the big picture?
Well, the big picture is it's progress. Yo, what the fuck's going on, guys? I wasn't gonna go live tonight. This is what, like day 4 in a row for me. I don't think I've ever gone live 4 days in a row. Holy shit. There's just been like, I don't know, it's weird. Like, I never used to feel like this, but when you have access to a stream, right? Like, you guys could all stream. This takes no talent. This is a zero talent activity, okay? But when you're sitting around, you're like, oh, I'm going to take the night off. And then I got both my monitors going. I got like different streams on each monitor, and I'm autistically clicking around, and they're all giving their opinions on things. And I'm going, no, wrong. Or like I see something interesting and I'm like, where's Faded Bones and Amber? I need to tell them what I think about this. And then I realize at the last minute when it's already too late and I shouldn't be going live, I could go live, right? I have at least 20 people that will listen to me for, I think YouTube tells me the average is 26 minutes at a time. So if I do a 4-hour stream, people are only hanging around for 26 minutes on average. Okay. But I could talk your ear off for 26 minutes, right? Better than watching Blackout Andy. Well, Blackout Andy has some diehard thuggin' ass like people in his chat. Like these people refuse to let IP2 like go away. They're really holding on to it, like the whole ideology of it and all. Like I had fun with IP2, but it's over, guys. Like you gotta let it go, but some people are like thinking maybe Blackout Andy can turn things around. Okay. And he might be able to. I don't know. I know 4 days in a row. Faded's mad that he can't go live, so you can go over and watch him do his patented chicken finger video content or whatever it is he does over there. Same 3 songs. We all love it, Faded Bones. It's our favorite thing about you. Never change. I mean, you could do that. You could do that until your heart's content, buddy. I mean, you're more than welcome to join. What's up, Cringosaurus? How are you? Midnight, good to see you. Okay, I will be listening for the 26 minutes. All right, Amber had a question. Let's see what Amber's question was. She says, I saw a post where someone said in the video of when he was shot, Charlie Kirk she's talking about, that his ring moved from his ring finger to his pinky. Do you think there are AI videos of the shooting? I think it's entirely possible, for sure. And I'm almost positive earlier there's been a lot of photos being passed around of the suspected gunman, or whatever you want to call it. And I think that people have even, I'm pretty sure I came across one that was AI, but the AI image was based on a real image. And the only reason I noticed was because his shirt was different. Like it was similar to the original image, but like the shirt was just like slightly off, like the AI couldn't replicate it or something. So Amber, I guess, guys, Amber's big question is, do you guys think that the internet lies sometimes? Yes, Amber. Sometimes there's fake things on the internet. Okay. Asked and answered. And I tried to be as respectful as possible. I wasn't a smart ass about it or anything. Oh, we got conflicting ideas here. No and yes. I don't know. It's a toss up, Amber. You're going to have to figure that one out. I requested a non-asshole answer. Thank you very much. I was pretty even keeled with my response to you tonight, Amber. And also, let's not forget, Amber has her own jingle now. Well, it's not so much a jingle as a sound clip.
That's a huge bitch.
That's right. It is. All right, guys. So there's a couple of things that I wanted to play here tonight. So I don't know how much into internet blood sports everybody gets down with, but I pay attention. I pay attention to some shit flinging, and one of the longest feuds, especially in internet blood sports / politics, has been Nick Fuentes, and Charlie Kirk. It's been going on for years and years. This has been going on. And Nick actually, he was gonna go live last night and address the tragedy when it happened. And everybody was kind of like wondering, like, don't you hate this guy, right? Nick Fuentes, you hate this guy. You're always like, he would like show up at events and troll him. But I started watching it and I'm like, this is a goddamn good response, or, you know, like statement, whatever you want to call it. It was very respectful. And, I don't know. I kind of wanted to share it with you guys. I know a lot of you don't, you know, follow Nick and his, you know, his whereabouts and like what he's up to, but I got something in my eye. So, I'm going to restream this right off of Rumble. We're breaking the law, guys. Here we go. Stop screen, share screen. So I thought this was worth hearing. Here we go.
Good evening, everybody. You are watching America First. My name is Nicholas J. Fuentes. I am joining you tonight under some very dark
Do we like
circumstances.
This or do we like this? This is good.
Normally, I like to say we got a great show for you tonight, and I think it's going to be an excellent show.
Well, he
but of
talks
course,
about a blue sky
news
gray.
is unbelievably tragic. Tonight, as you know, you're all gathered here.
Captain Coke,
We're going to
go
talk
do
tonight
a
about
bunch
the
of
death
Coke.
of Charlie Kirk.
I'm not here to entertain
even
you, Captain
saying
Coke
that
of
out
all
loud,
people.
the words
Suck my asshole.
are still very surreal and disturbing. I said this last night, and I meant
No,
it
he's just young.
as
midnight.
I watched the chaos and the tragedy unfold yesterday afternoon. And I
Chaos
know
and
everybody else
tragedy.
feels exactly the same way. It didn't feel real. That's the characterization I keep seeing from everybody on TikTok, on Instagram, on Twitter. People have been profoundly affected.
That's why I
by
wanted
this.
to play it.
And we're not.
Nick, for being such a young, I wish I was half as eloquent and well thought out as Nick is at his age, you know, when I was younger. Like it's really impressive. And I mean, I'll shut up in a second and you guys can actually hear it, but I'm really impressed with this eulogy essentially that Nick is giving for his like sworn political enemy, right? Because Nick's whole thing was they're on the same side of the coin, like on paper, but they just disagree about every aspect of what the right, quote unquote, the right represents, and the different virtues that them and their followers should strive to you know, ascertain. I don't know.
Not sure why. And hopefully we can talk a little bit about maybe why that is.
Hello, scum. Good to see you.
But as I said yesterday, I, like many of you, I
It's
got
a
the
paper
alert
clip.
from a friend of mine who I believe was either at the event or had friends at the event at UVU in Utah. A friend of mine texted me and said, Charlie has been shot. I said, Charlie Kirk? They said, yes. And we watched it unfold live. We're still getting updates. We don't know exactly what transpired. And again, we'll get into some of that as well. Some of the uncertainties and unanswered questions. But I am devastated and legitimately
it's
affected
good hair, Midnight. Chill out.
and struck viscerally. Such a sensation.
You know, Blue Sky's Gray. I still haven't seen that. Did she like post a video? Is it like her talking? Cause there's a couple other, like reactions, I guess, or statements that people have put out in the past day or so that I, plan on playing tonight. Just different people's reactions. Should I put Candace Owens on that, or is it more of like a written tweet or something? My sister mentioned something to me. She loves Candace Owens, and she was just like Candace Owens response, and then like a crying emoji, and that was it. She didn't elaborate much, so maybe we should check that out. We'll look into it, I guess.
Video, images, such an unspeakable, horrible tragedy. And I literally had to take a day to collect myself. Normally, this is a current events show. I'm live every night and I discuss the news of the day. And I've been there through many of the big developments over the years. Same day, January 6th.
What's up, King Blackout? How are you,
Trump
buddy?
assassination attempt, the elections, the pandemic. But this one was different.
10 minutes is perfect.
And I think everybody feels that way about it. It felt like a nightmare. That's the only way that I can accurately describe it, actually. Throughout the entire day yesterday, I just could not process it. It did not sink in. It still hasn't fully sunk in.
It was weird.
Like
it
I
was
said
a
earlier,
weird day yesterday.
You say those words, the death of Charlie Kirk, the assassination of Charlie Kirk, the murder of Charlie Kirk. I watched his Wikipedia page go from Charlie Kirk is to Charlie Kirk was.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel real. It feels like a nightmare that we'll never wake up from. And I say that as somebody who was not even a fan.
Totally genuine.
Not a friend.
Too.
And actually an adversary, a foe. I can only imagine what his friends, his colleagues, and especially his wife, his young children, you can only imagine what they're going through.
What's up, Simon? How are you, buddy?
And so what happened yesterday is still so raw and so sensitive. The country is profoundly affected, at least some of it is. We'll talk about that too. And so tonight I'm going to try to the best of my ability, carry out my
he addresses
responsibility.
That a little bit, Blue Skies.
I believe, and I think you know,
and
that
I think
I'm
you're right.
somebody that many of the young people,
part of
young
me kinda wants
conservatives
you
are
to be
looking up
right.
to. I have a lot of credibility with the far right, the radical right. And throughout his career, Charlie Kirk always characterized me as a troll. I don't...
Midnight's having a hard time understanding the facial, the facial movements of Nick, because this is what empathy looks like, and it's not an ape arguing about drama on the internet. So she doesn't really know how to process this. Midnight, you could just hang in there. You might get something out of this.
Say that with any malice at this point in time, but that's what he said. And many in Turning Point USA said that I and my followers are nihilistic. We only want destruction. And I think that I have an obligation to the country. I think I have an obligation to God. I think I have an obligation to all of you. I think I have responsibility to prove that that is not true. It's not about me, but now that it is the morning after, the day has dawned.
Well, now you guys, now a thought has popped in my head. Do you think that Nick is saying this because he might be scared on some level? Because somebody already tried to kill Nick, and it wasn't even a year ago. Like less than a year ago, Kook showed up at Nick's house while he was streaming. He was live, and they had a crossbow loaded. And Nick has security cameras, and he called the police, and the police killed the guy. He killed him. He like showed up on an e-bike with a crossbow to kill Nick, one of these like kooky left people. And that guy got wasted. The cops took him out. He could be covering his bases here, but I personally, like, gut reaction, I totally believe what he's saying is coming from a genuine place. That was just a weird thought that I had in my head because, yeah, see, that's why it's you guys are making me think this. Yeah, absolutely. King Blackout. I'm with you on that. This is, if you were almost murdered for the same reasons that Charlie Kirk was murdered, and then the Charlie Kirk thing happens and you see in graphic 4K detail what could have possibly been your fate, it's got to be very sobering. Very, very sobering. I know that when I watched that video, I watched it like 100 times, but when I watched it, I got like chills, like this like an overwhelming sense of dread, that I couldn't shake all day yesterday. And I'm still not entirely sure the effect that it's had on me. And he's sort of talking about this. This is a guy that none of us have ever met, except maybe Nick. I don't know. But it's something about it is different. This is not just like a guy who talk shit on the internet, or, you know, this isn't some stupid incident. This is like Charlie Kirk was basically like kids' gloves when it comes to, you know, having discourse on the internet. Like he was the Fisher Price of having, you know, internet debates, right? Like how many internet debates have we watched where it's literal blood sports? It's fucking the WWF. And Charlie Kirk, yeah, he made a lot of people look very dumb, but you know, those were the dumb people that approached him. They walked into the trap. You know, it's not like he was really seeking those people out and he was always respectful after it ended, you know, for the most part. Yeah, it's a deep sinking feeling. That I think it's there's also that sort of thing that's like hanging over us, like, where is this going? I think that was the other thing, that like when I was watching the blood pour out of his neck, that I was like, it was like a gut punch, because I know where this is going. This is going to be, there's going to be a retaliation. There's going to be more violence. And part of me, I'm a little ashamed of it, is like kind of wants it, because like, fuck these people. They've been allowed. The part of the reason it's gotten this bad is because it's gotten, we, not us, but you know, their own people have excused this behavior for so long that now it's like, it's so out of control. There's nothing that they can't reel it in. And if they even call it out on their own side, then they're now being pushed into the, you're a fascist. Like, how easy is it to become a fascist to these people, you know? Sarge and I don't talk about politics because he gets too worked up over it. Yeah. Sometimes like my last relationship, she was like a lefty, like a uber lefty, and I'm like a moderate, like kind of leans right nowadays, but we just didn't talk politics. Like, we knew what the other, and then there's like those weirdos who like they will never talk to anybody who doesn't have the exact same politics as them. It's really strange. She was a Canadian, you're excused. Yeah, well, nobody's perfect, Midnight.
Where Charlie Kirk is now dead at the hands of some unknown attacker. I gotta take a leak.
I'll be right back.
It is our responsibility, mine and all of ours, to step up and to get serious. To the extent that politics was fun or we took it lightly, I think we now realize it just got very real. It's been real. People talk about a civil war. They say a war is coming. Some say we're already in one. We have an obligation now. The leaders, the spokesmen, the men, the young men, the elderly men, we have an obligation to lead. And I want to start, before we get into any of it, by saying this, just as a general note. I've been around now for 7 or 8 years. That's not a very long time, but it's long enough. I've lived through a lot of these events: Charlottesville, January 6th, the Groyper War, many things. And I know that in my career, I've made a lot of mistakes. I've done things I regret, said things I regret. I've made a lot of the same mistakes twice. And I've been lucky because I've lived and I have this platform and I'm able to speak to all of you in spite of that. And I think maybe one of the reasons why is because I have been afforded the opportunity to learn
Piss was
a lot.
Successful. Thank you.
Having been in the center of dissident right-wing politics, far-right politics,
shorty.
in the center of this cultural moment, whatever you want to call that, as an archetypal, disaffected young white
totally
man, angry
question.
young white man, Trump supporter,
Felipe Biash.
however you want to characterize that. I have been in the thick of it for a very long time. And seeing many crises and tragedies and things that we cannot explain, things that are difficult to cope with. I will say first, as I said, as a general note, before we move on, It cannot be overstated how important it is in a time like this to put our intentions in alignment with the will of God. Everybody's very emotional. Everybody is whipped up, and rightfully so, justifiably so. People
What
are
about it,
furious.
Midnight?
I don't know that the left
Old
fully
people
understands
walking
that. I
around
don't
the
know
Capitol.
that normies fully understand that. People are absolutely beside themselves. I've never seen the right wing more angry, more furious, and this has been building. Here we are today.
I'm always curious about people who say this, right? Like, I'm not into politics. That's like saying I'm not into the reality that I live in. Like, I understand like not watching like cable news every night. Like, I don't do that, but you know, on my social media, I follow, you know, people who have, you know, opinions one way or the other about certain social aspects of our lives. You know, you have no interest in like whatsoever. Like, what do you just watch? Like wrestling or something? Like it just blows my mind. Do you even vote? Like, I'm not like casting aspersions on you or anything. I'm just curious. Like, like, how do you not have any interest in, like adult life? Like, because that is like what politics is. It's just like how everything works and the way that the world that we live in is going to go. That's what politics shapes. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, I didn't drop the link. My bad. Thank you. Tied up. Okay. Let me hold on a second here. Is that gonna fuck my shit up? Yeah, a little bit. Let me do this. Bear with me. Paste. And then I gotta pin it. Hold on. Stop typing, guys. Pin. There we go. And then we could do this. There we go.
The day after Charlie Kirk has been killed, but we're starting here in the middle of the story. It's been going on for over a decade, and these things compound over time and they accumulate.
Hold on a second. Let's see here. Let's do this guy. What's up, buddy? How are you?
I'm good. I can't see the stage. So are you talking to Tied Up?
Yes, tied up. Go ahead.
What's up? Hey, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Well, I want to answer the question about politics because I'm one of those, I guess, people you would categorize as not into politics. And that's because there's so much artificial propaganda that I can't trust based on even what the government has admitted due to declassifications and propagandas. So it's very hard to put credence towards anything that you're voting for being actually valid and not just smoking mirrors. For example, every 5 years they declassify information that pretty much saying we were getting fucked the whole time, i.e. COINTELPRO, i.e. Charles Manson being a part of the CIA, which was just facts, not even conspiracy. So
right.
What I actually
Chaos. Have you ever read that book?
I actually have it right in front of me. I haven't finished the book. I have it literally right in front of me.
It's dense, so but yeah, it's
dense, man. I don't know what book you're reading, man. It's fucking I got it right
Chaos?
Here. Chaos is fucking man, look. Hold on one second.
Chaos is a dense ass book, bro.
1 second, hold on. If you say it's dense, then salute to you and your book reading skills. Hold on. Forgive me because I'm trying to not fucking my house is a mess right now. Hold on. But if like this is not dense to me.
Hold on a second. Let me fix this. All right, what do you got?
Like this is a 480-page book. This isn't dense.
Well, there's a couple of different versions of it. He did like a revised version where he like added in a bunch of other shit. Like he wrote the book and then like he never stopped like researching it and he just kept like adding to it. I don't know what edition it is. But
yeah, this is 2024.
Oh, all right. So maybe it's the, I don't know. There's a
my
lot
point is-
to it, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's what I would say for the people that don't believe in politics. I mean, it's just too many coincidences, i.e., the presidents all being related to each other. You know, it just seems too much
Well, I
like.
don't know about that, but
I mean, it's been proven fact, so it's been.
I don't think it has now. Let me just preface this by saying, we could go on about like so-called conspiracy theories all night. I'm with you. That's like what my whole channel is like. I don't know if you're new to my channel or if you've been around for a while or whatever.
No, I'm new.
But like, okay, so like I talk about. I have a large interest and focus on like the 80-year reverse engineering program that our government has been running with like NHI craft and that sort of thing, right? Like there is a whole secret world that really runs things, and it's usually like intelligence agencies and like old families, et cetera, you know. We can talk about those and argue about those till we're blue in the face, but there's really like no like hardcore proof that is going to prove anything at the end of the day that's going to satisfy anybody, you know, either way. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I mean, there's a difference between conspiracy theories and at least admittance to a government that you're questioning. For example, when I usually bring up the presidents being related, people say, "What about Obama?" And they feel
well, he's half white, so there's the.
He's half white, and he's also on an interview with Rick Smiley admitting that he's related to Dick Cheney, which is on YouTube. It's weird that people.
Well, Dick Cheney wasn't a president; he was a vice president.
Okay. Well, touche. You know what I mean? But
he was in charge, though. We all know that.
Yeah, but that's my point of like not being a part of the politics. I just think that it's all.
Thank you for the gifted membership, Captain Coke.
I just think that it's all set up like already, and the propaganda is so crazy that it's hard to trust anything, man. I live in Mexico right now, right?
But you're already sort of contradicting like the premise of what we started off saying, which is you are paying attention. You are into politics. You are aware, you're hyper aware of what you think that you should and shouldn't believe. You know what I mean? Like you're not the person who says, I don't pay attention to politics, or maybe you're considering like mainstream media, the politics or whatever.
No,
I don't watch none of that. I'm interested in certain social aspects, that are considered politics, you know, and I follow people who explicitly talk about those things. I'm not like listening to, you know, senators. Like I'm not following senators and shit. I mean, a couple, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not listening to political roundtables on Fox News or CNN. That's what people think when they hear politics, but that's not really it. It's, you know, it's more social and your day-to-day life and like kind of like the soul of the nation in a way, and like which way that's going, you know, like the vibe of things.
Right. All right. I mean, when so I wouldn't say I'm into politics in this definition, meaning I have no investment or belief or tangible action that affects politics whatsoever.
You don't vote?
Absolutely not. No, I don't think that.
Can you vote?
Can I? Yeah, I can vote. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's smoke and mirrors too. I don't think the voting is even real. I think that's all smoke and mirrors. I think that
could be.
You know what I'm saying, but
look, again, like we can't really prove that at the end of the day. So
no, we can't.
You know, I'm hedging my bet. I'm hedging my bet by voting, right?
Yeah. I mean, and it goes both ways. Like you can't really prove your vote does anything. You know what I'm saying?
Well, in New York State, my vote does not do anything. If I, you know, it's like it's always going to go Democrat and has my entire life that I've lived here. But in other places, it does make a difference. Like in swing states, I mean, just this last election, look at how many states were blue and then flipped red. You know,
visually.
So,
but like
accumulatively of votes, which
but you think that you don't think that you think that really? Well, I respect whatever you think, but in my opinion, using that as an example, Kamala wasn't going to stand a chance regardless. And the swing state was just a visual we saw.
You say that, man. You say that, but you know
She's
what
not
it was
related
is
to anybody.
you're really sold on this them being related.
But Donald
to
Trump's
everybody.
related to Hillary Clinton. That's what I'm saying. Like she's not related
Donald
to anybody.
Trump's related to Hillary Clinton.
Absolutely, he said it
Like,
himself.
what do they have? Like a cousin in?
Yeah, he said it himself. Yeah,
did he? I've never heard him say that.
Yeah, just Google it. Yeah, for sure.
All right, I'm gonna Google it. Let's see. Is Donald Trump related to Hillary Clinton? No, Donald Trump is not related to the prominent political family, the Clintons, and his family name is Trump, not Hill. Donald Trump's children are Donald Trump Jr., Ivanka, blah, blah, blah. So Google says no.
Google
and
says
I've
no.
also never heard that.
Okay, touche. Okay, I'll figure out where Google is getting that from because there are okay.
Well, where'd you hear it from? Where are you getting your information?
I researched this like a while ago so much that I stopped research. I done went down the whole list. Like the most prominent thing that I remember is the Donald Trump, but I'll research it again. But you know how you research something?
It's not. I don't know that they need to be related for almost the same sort of thing to be true. You know what I mean? Like for sure there are politicians that are like preordained probably from the get-go by, whoever, right? And they're like, I think Barack Obama is a great example of that. He was like plucked.
I think so too.
He was plucked out of nowhere.
Right.
And then he was groomed to be the president, right? Like that's how it works.
I think so. I think that, but I think that compromises the whole system then. I think that when you take one example that you might give credence to, then you have to now see why you don't compromise or question the rest of it. And what's your curation process for that? You know what I'm saying? And not only that, isn't it weird to you that the electoral votes determine the winner and we never know who's the electoral voters?
Well, electoral votes go by which states win, and each state has a different amount of electoral votes. It's not like an actual vote. No,
this is literally an actual vote. You have the popular vote and you have the electoral votes. It's literally an actual vote. But we don't get to know who those
wait,
people
what
are.
am I thinking of?
So for example,
what's up, Noticer? How are you, buddy?
So just like when the dude what's the dude that won the popular vote but he lost when he was going against George Bush. George Bush won the electorals, but he lost the popular.
Hold on a second.
Because electoral votes, we never know who the people that have it. Why not?
Oh, it's 538 members. Man, I'm retarded. What was I thinking of?
No, you're not. No, you're not retarded at all.
No, it's right here. Each state is assigned a number of electors equal to its total congressional delegation. 2 senators plus its number of representatives in the House. The number of representatives is based on a state's population and was updated every 10 years.
Yeah.
48 states, the District of Columbia, the candidate who wins. Oh, that's District of Columbia.
So, but we're not
right here. Donald Trump won 312 electoral votes to Kamala Harris's 226. So they tell you.
Now to go to, my point is we don't know who those electoral voters are. So they could be brushing shoulders with what we don't know who they are. Like go to John McCain. John McCain won the popular vote, which to me, let's think about this. Why would the person that gets the most vote not win just because the electoral votes?
Because if the person who got the most votes, it would either be New York or California would decide every election because they have a high density of people.
But they don't have a bigger population than Texas.
But there's 2 of them on either side of the country, right? So there's more people on. If you take New York and California and add those people together, it's more people in Texas. And I don't even think Texas has that high of a population. What's the population of Texas?
But why are you doing New York and Cali? Why don't you separate them by state?
Because they're the same party.
Well,
you
I
see
mean,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like only
that's-
one party would win every election. That's why.
Well, that's the point of that's the kind of the point of the conversation is like, okay, well,
The point of the conversation is why aren't
Not the
you into
conversation.
politics? But it turns out that you're very much into politics.
no, I'm not into politics to a point where I don't have any type of influence. Like without me in the picture, nothing different changes. I'm into
Yeah.
politics as far as the equivalence to history, but I have no votes in the ballots ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just wanted to clear that up because when you look at the electoral votes, just like for example, it was John McCain. It wasn't John McCain, but who was the guy that ran against George Bush? It was a dude.
Well, if I could interject here, I feel like we're going down a tangent of like we're talking about the electoral system in and of itself, and we're getting hung up on that as politics. I'm
Well, that's
more
the
talking
main
about
system
like
that elects the president, sir. That's the
well,
system. Go ahead, sorry.
what I'm talking about is like what happened with Charlie Kirk the other day, where he was murdered
Okay.
for his beliefs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you, even if you have watched any one of his videos, right?
I watched plenty of them.
Okay, well, there you go. So my question was to one of the people in chat was like, they were like, I don't follow politics. Well, even if you watch like a handful of Charlie Kirk videos for the lulls, you follow politics a little bit. You know what I mean? Like you're aware of him.
Yeah.
I guess what like spurred this whole conversation on was like my wondering like how is it even possible for you to like walk out and like what do? You just like walk outside and like close your eyes and like smell the daisies and shit. Like you have to have some
what are you
anchor
doing?
point for
When
what's
you go to
actually
the grocery
going on.
store, do you
I
do you walk in and
I
be like,
misinterpreted
"Hey,
what-
I hate Charlie Kirk"?
No, I'm not. No, I
What?
don't have no hatred or love for either one. I just don't give a fuck. I like it's entertaining to me. Like it's interesting.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's neutrally
Yeah.
interesting. Like I don't like.
You,
so I
you
just
think it's
interpret what you're
funny.
saying.
Notice or he's not saying what happened to him is funny. He's saying
I'm not saying. No, I don't think anybody should die for their beliefs. That's ridiculous to me.
Okay.
That's ridiculous to me. I don't like Charlie Kirk videos. I would watch a good amount of times because I think that.
Do you
I
hate
think
white
that
people?
he was. I don't think that he was going to last long in a political race as far as where he would make it an influence.
Well, some people were saying that I had never thought of this about him, but people were saying that once he was gone, they were referring to him as a future president, and I could totally see him now right,
well,
like they framed it like that.
He was setting himself up for that, but I think that it's ironic how Vivek started separating himself from Charlie because they used to do those tours together. I mean,
Vivek, yeah, Ramswani.
Yeah, and I think it's really
No
weird
one
how it
likes
happened.
Indians.
But
There
when-
had to have been some sort of like fallout that they
Hey,
had,
let's
and
keep
I'm sure
it
it's
fallout.
well documented on the internet somewhere.
Yeah, but if you watch those videos with them together, they were like the good cop, bad cop, in which Vivek was like more the humanitarian. It was clear. Vivek would even stop him sometimes because he lacked tact. So, to be honest with you, in my opinion, if someone was on the left, I would have cheered for an extended life term for Charlie because he really made the right look bad because of his lack of humanitarianism, in my opinion. Because
Now, what do you consider humanitarianism? I bet this is where we disagree.
I would say empathy
What
and
a
perspective
bad
and
take.
tact.
As far as what, like immigration or something?
No, as far as the considerations of these college students' beliefs, I think that he glorified himself off of beating college kids in debates, and I think that's an embarrassment.
Well, his whole thing was he was a college kid who dropped out, and he's trying to tell them that they don't need college to succeed in life. And not only that, he's going there to like break the conditioning because all of the colleges have been taken over by left-wing ideology. And there's no debating that. Like that is 100% true.
To try and find a good point over murder. You're fucking retarded.
What are you talking about,
What do you
Noser?
mean?
He's not saying that at all.
He's trying to find some positive in him.
We're not even like really
no.
talking about that right now,
said it would have been
Noser.
better for him to stay alive. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, you wanted him to stay alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Will you fucking listen for once in your life, Noticer?
You already
Jesus
came in
Christ.
here
Bro,
prepared to
I
the body.
just got here.
Your glasses are crooked and it's irritating.
No, I literally said it as you were here, sir. I just did that. Anyway, my point is this. I don't think that it's very...
Just kidding, Noticer.
I just don't think that it was much of an accolade for him to convince college students without somebody that fit his qualities. What I mean by that is this. Him with his experience talking to college students and debating his theology.
Yeah, it seems unfair, right?
It seemed unfair, and not only unfair, but
okay, go ahead.
No,
Let me ask you this: have you ever talked to a college kid?
Yeah.
They fucking think they know everything.
Yeah, for sure.
And Charlie Kirk was. David Letterman used to have this saying where, you know, David Letterman, right? Like he was like the late night host. He'd have these dumb fucking celebrities on, and he said he was from the school of here's some more rope. You know what I mean? And he would just let them talk themselves into being the punchline, right? Like he wouldn't even have to, you know, make too many jokes. You just give them a little bit more rope and they'd hang themselves with it. And that comes with having too much hubris, right? And who has enough hubris to power the sun? It's fucking young, ideological college kids who are fucking like full of like radical left-wing ideology. Have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen that video of that Russian KGB guy talking about the PSYOP that Russia has been running on American colleges since the 80s? And he's talking, he literally describes like how they're going to get us to where we're actually at right now, like the political climate that we're at. They're like, you start in the colleges and then you demoralize them, and like look it up on YouTube. Just type in like KGB guy talks about college. It's like a 10-minute clip. It'll blow your fucking mind because it's exactly where we're at right now.
Okay, I'll just take note of it now.
Yeah.
KGB. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I forget the guy's name. You'll find it. Yeah, you'll find it.
And the thing about, and admittedly, Charlie made me realize how much of indoctrination is involved in the curriculum of colleges. But I just don't think he was the right person because of his delivery as
I've heard that. I've heard people saying that, and I just like, I don't agree. I don't think there could have been, for those types of conversations, there couldn't have been anybody more as like less offensive than Charlie Kirk. You know what I mean? Really? If Nick fucking Fuentes did that, do you know how fucking nasty there'd be like racial slurs going on? There'd be like, you know, like, have
you seen when Vivek stopped Charlie during his interchanges with college students because of his aggression?
No, but I can believe it. I for sure believe that.
In addition to that, Charlie has a 20v versus 1 in which he literally starts insulting.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
and he apologized, which I give him credit for. But in my opinion, he had less emotional intelligence that wouldn't have survived longer either way. That's why I'm saying I think that the death of him is even worse, because I think that if he would have survived or lived longer, it would have shown how much of look, we're logical people, all right. When we're males, we use the left side of our brains, which is more logical. But we have to kind of acknowledge the emotional side that people like to go to as well. All right, especially when you want the woman vote.
Oh yeah, I'm guilty of it all the fucking time, dude.
Word. That's my only thing. Yeah,
I'm not perfect. Like yesterday, I was calling for blood. I was like, "Let's fucking go." You know what I mean? Like if they want it, and I'll admit, I'm not entirely like, I know it's not the probably the best feeling to have, but like if they set the rules, man, and trust me, like the left has a greater like they really have gassed themselves up, and the media has gassed them up into thinking that they're gonna win, that like they're some sort of like radical freedom fighters, you know, doing terrorist attacks is the way to go. Like they will be crushed. So like if the right side ever really wanted to like get down to their level and take it there, it would be over tomorrow. Like it would be like martial law there'd be like people going like door to door. You know, it's like, think of all these like there's people in the military that are for sure left wing, but I would say like the majority of the military is probably right leaning. Like it's more of like a patriotic thing. Like, some people join up because of college and like socioeconomic issues or whatever. But like a huge chunk of where we get our soldiers is from the fucking Bible Belt, and they do it out of pride. And they do it out of like, my daddy was in the fucking army. You know what I mean? And I would say a good chunk of the army and the Marines are all those people. And what I'm getting at, it's going to end bad for tranny story hour. You know what I mean? Like, because
I think so too.
You know,
look, if I had to choose, and I actually lost a lot of female friends because of this, because they just swore that I needed to vote for Kamala if she's black or whatever. But I was like, if I had to choose, I would choose Donald Trump because, to be honest with you, it's going to sound sick, but he's just more entertaining, first of all. But second of all,
he's the content president.
He's the content president. And what he says, he directly tells you what he's going to do. I respect that. Way more.
And sometimes he says things that he doesn't know that he's going to do. Like, he just says things and he floats it out there to see how to like read the room.
That's true. You
know?
True. But anyway,
like the whole Canada thing, like people like got all bent out of shape. Like Trump says he's going to make Canada the 51st president. No, he like floated the idea out there and then like looked at everybody's face in the room to like see what the temperature was, you know? Like, and then when he saw that everybody hated it, he backed off, you know? Nobody's talking about that anymore.
And I like him because he changed the presidential debates forever. Like he was the first president that was like, fuck all the formality.
He shit talked his way into the White House. It's crazy.
Oh my God. He was like a traditional American, like conservatives, like where, remember when they said, hey, they said that you said, no, they said, Rosie O'Donnell said, you think women are fat or pigs? Said, no.
It's one of my favorite moments of all time.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
But
you called women fat pigs. No, only Rosie O'Donnell. And he fucking shut the house down. That's when he won the presidency.
Yeah, because he would say stuff, even recently, I would say 6 months ago, when somebody was talking to him in a press conference and you couldn't hear him because he might have been Indian. And they talk in staccatos, like the syllables.
You notoriously can't hear Indians.
And he was like, yo, I can't understand them. And he's saying everything that everybody was thinking. You know what I'm saying? But he said it out loud. I can't understand this guy. But anyway, I don't want to get too far off the topic, man. But I appreciate your time and everything like that. But I just wanted to get my
no problem. Tied up.
You know what I'm saying? As somebody that you made me rethink, though, because it's like, how much do I want to claim that I'm not into politics now? Like,
right, like
I got to redefine it.
Yeah, you got to redefine it. That's exactly it. And the politics, you may not think you're in politics, but you are in politics because you're interacting with society on a daily basis. You are having thoughts. You are having feelings about the way things are going. You're involved in politics. I hate to break it to you.
I receive that.
You know?
I receive that. All right, look, I'm gonna stay in the background and watch a little bit more, man. But I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
All right, Tied Up. Have a great night, man. I appreciate you.
All right, man.
And I, like everybody else, recognize that this could potentially be a watershed moment. This is a ripple effect. We may look back in time and see a chain reaction, an inexorable chain reaction that leads to nothing other than destruction, devastation, bloodshed, misery. I don't think it's crazy to say millions of dead bodies. And we must have the...
Does anyone remember that episode on Meet the Empresses or something like that, that Donald Trump explained what would happen if he became president? No, and I don't know what you're talking about, Clumsy. Forgive me.
Prudence. We must have the confidence in our convictions, in our faith in God. This is
You're going to hate the next video, I can guarantee it.
It's easy to believe in prayer when things are easy. It's easy to believe in God, mercy, forgiveness, temperance when things are easy. It's when things are hard, when they're confusing, when we feel justifiably angry, wrathful, prideful. That's the test. That's when it counts. And that is when mature people, and I recognize the folly in me saying that. I don't consider myself an extremely mature person. I think I'm a frivolous person in many ways.
I disagree, Captain Coke. Like, you're getting fake off of this. I'm getting I'm getting real off of him. Like, I feel like this is 100% coming from his heart, and I like to think that I have a pretty good barometer for people's bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty good at picking out crocodile tears, and I don't get that at all from this.
But it's an obligation for all of us to grow up now and
Isn't
recognize the
Blogger
gravity
Live
of the
midnight?
situation
Don't
we're in, the
watch
peril
a
that we're
retard
all
or
in.
something.
And we have to ask ourselves, what are our intentions? We have to set them intentionally. We have to set them in alignment with God, with the gospel.
Against you. You're entitled to it, but
we have to think not just about the present moment and what we're feeling, but about the long term, the good of our country, the good of our fellow countrymen, both the people we agree with and disagree with, our children, our progeny. And we have to think about that moment before God. We have to think about our moment before God in judgment.
I think he's being very sincere.
And we're asked about that golden rule. We don't save ourselves.
And again, the reason I'm playing this is because this is a guy who was a mortal enemy of Charlie Kirk, right? Like, that's why it has relevance right now. Like, this is somebody who has done nothing but hate this guy. And this is a total class act right here, what he's doing. And he's even, you know, he's complimenting the guy. Like, he's putting it behind him, because at the end of the day, none of it really matters, because the guy's dead now, right?
We approach God with humility. We approach the judgment as weak, as mortal, fallen. Before we take up arms, before we relish in our anger and sit with it, sit with our rage and resentment and fuel it and get into these loops, feedback loops, I think it is so important. And this is why I said last night I wasn't going to do a show, and I really meant it. And I think everybody needed one night at least to sleep on this, to pray, and to pray not just for the repose of Charlie Kirk's soul and for his wife and for his 2 young children and for the people affected in his organization and for the people that were closest to him, but also to pray for the wisdom, the strength, the prudence, the humility, the fortitude to approach this in the right way. Because how we respond to this tragedy, like all of these events, like all of the persecution, all of the suffering, the anguish, it will define us. It will define our country. It is life or death here. And what I am urging at the very outset of this,
right, clumsy,
at the minimum,
we're all human at the end of the day,
is caution. Let us not be hasty. If you're thinking of picking up arms, put them down. And if you can't be convinced altogether, put them down today. Put them down tomorrow. Let us be cautious. Let us be prudent. Let's think. Let's get right. Let's get right with God before we act hastily. And the reason I say that I have come to this reaction over many years, seeing many crises, is because not only is there a spiritual dimension to all of this, and the devil uses our emotions against us, uses our best intentions, which is our best inclinations
kind of a
against
surprise,
us, to doubt our faith in God, that God is both just and merciful, our faith in God, that he will deliver the vengeance that we are told is not in our hands.
Midnight.
Trust in his plan and not create our own. It's not just for the spiritual reasons, but also for the political reasons. Ask yourself.
What do you mean, angels of all? So he's being sincere from the heart, then it's an act, and then it doesn't matter because he's dead? I'm a little confused by this statement. He is being sincere, and I do believe that this is coming from his heart. I don't think this, I mean, it only happened yesterday. So like how contrived of a thing, if that is the case, could he be making? Like, this comes across, am I the only one that thinks that this comes across as totally sincere? Like, am I being fooled? I refuse to believe that this is, I watch a lot of Nick though. So like, I kind of have a pretty good, read on him. Maybe that's what it was. I could tell a lot of you maybe aren't, America First people.
We all recognize this is a watershed moment. We're never going back from this. This is the shot heard around the world.
Well, midnight. This
Literally.
is the Crackadona
one shot,
podcast.
one kill, an international incident, and a outpouring of both love and affection in the vigils that you see for Charlie Kirk across the country, but also in anger and resentment.
It feels good, Captain Kirk.
Hatred, people ridiculing his death. All of these different things. It's important also to understand that politically, it is in crises like these when we become instrumentalized
Let me read that
by
again.
forces outside of our control. When we take our eye off the ball.
No. So what I was saying is this is sincere and from the heart. And it doesn't matter in the sense that like his mortal enemy has died. And like, at the end of the day, like the only thing they disagreed on was politics and like their profession, right? And like the way that they're both on the same side of the coin. Like I said earlier, they just have diametrically opposed views on how it should look. Right. But one of them just got their head blown off, and Nick is, being human about it. Really. That's what I was trying to say.
And I don't want to be too explicit at this moment now, but when we take our eye off the ball because of something
there's
so
one of those every
sensational,
6 months,
because
let's
of
be
something
honest.
so emotionally charged, that's why they do these things. That's why supernatural as well as societal forces do these things or capitalize them and take advantage of them. And people, guided perhaps by good intentions or righteous indignation, become unwitting instruments of forces beyond their control, beyond their understanding. They become pawns in a larger game. And so
This is Faded Bones.
in order for us not to
It's
be
gotta be.
agents of evil, a supernatural evil, a worldly evil, in order for us not to be instrumentalized by sophisticated and powerful forces that would use this tragedy to manipulate society for its own ends.
Clumsy.
In order to save our
faded.
souls from the kind of wrath, anger, vengefulness that will surely land us a seat in hell, I would first say, before I say anything else, especially to the young people, the adolescents, that I understand how you feel, lay down your arms.
Hey,
Those that
Liggy, can you bump my numbers up tonight? Thanks.
live by the sword will perish by the sword. Remember what Christ said. This is our cup to drink from, all of us. Death, suffering, martyrdom in some cases.
Person, pay attention. This Jesus guy has
It's all part
some
of
words
it.
of wisdom. I think
It's
you
all
could
part
learn
of
from.
life. And not to be fatalistic and not to minimize it, but as a Christian, we can't always talk about the prosperity gospel. We can't always talk about making money or prosperity and the kumbaya. We also have to talk about the other side of things, which is that we have a Lord and Savior that was crucified on the cross by our sins.
You guys get the idea. I'm not going to let him go. He gets real Jesus-y after this, which is fine for, if that's your thing, but it's not really my thing. Noticer, what's going on with you tonight, buddy? Talk to me while I pull up this next clip here. Noticer, anybody? Hello? I think he fell asleep. All right. Well, turn on your cam when you're ready to come back. Okay, Noticer? All right, buddy. All right. This next clip is from a little bit of a different guy, and he's giving his take. A lot of these prominent people are coming out and condemning the violence against Charlie Kirk. Oh, Noticer's back. What's up, buddy? All right, we're good to go. What's up with you, man? What's going on? You seemed like you were ready to tear into that gentleman who was here earlier. But I feel like you were misinterpreting what he was saying a little bit. You're muted. Yeah, you're muted. No, we can't fix it. All right. All right. Here's the next clip. The next clip is from everybody's favorite politician. And now here's where I'm going to win back Captain Coke. Here's where I'm going to win back Midnight. Here's where I'm going to win back Shorty. Okay. I'm going to win back all of you guys. All right. Here's everybody's favorite politician. Let me get this pulled up here. I actually used to really like this guy, but it's Bernie Sanders, everybody. He has some thoughts about the shooting that happened. And I think it's really worth listening to.
Thank you very much for joining me. I want to say a few words regarding the terrible murder yesterday of Charlie
The
Kirk,
KFC guy.
Someone who I strongly
hate you
disagree
so
with
much.
on almost every issue. But it was clearly a very smart and effective communicator and organizer, and someone unafraid to get out into the world and engage the public. My condolences go out to his wife and his family.
This is the only elected official that when they speak, I think is like truly empathetic. Like it is not full of shit when he says, like Bernie Sanders, when he says something, he fucking believes it. Like whether you disagree with it or not, the guy really believes he has convictions in his beliefs. What's up, Faded Bones? How are you, buddy?
I'm very offended that you spoke to that peanut butter battery user. For
I
so
know
long.
you are. I ignored your
very
response and tweet. He was a nice
even
guy.
interesting to talk to. Is literally fucking retarded.
He was all right. Well, whatever.
A free and democratic society, which is what America is supposed to be about, depends upon the basic premise that people can speak out, organize, and take part in public life without fear, without worrying that they might be killed, injured, or humiliated for expressing their political views. In fact, that is the essence of what freedom is about and what democracy is about. You have a point of view, that's great. I have a point of view.
That's great.
The
Now
problem,
die.
well, the problem with this is he should be addressing this to his own constituents, the people that vote for him. You know what I mean? Republicans and people that any even slightly right of center do not need to hear this. Like, yes, I think there was like a senator shot like by a crazy guy who turned out to be a registered Republican, but he was mentally ill, right? And then Republicans will be the first people to like call out like this guy is mentally ill, you know, whereas there's this weird hesitation on the left where they're afraid to call each other out. So Bernie Sanders is kind of doing a little bit of a cowardly thing here where he's like addressing both sides. Like there's an issue on both sides and there's not.
View that is different than yours. That's great. Let's argue it out. We make our case to the American people at the local, state, and federal levels, and we hold free elections in which the people decide what they want. That's called freedom and democracy. And
He's
I
not
want
wrong,
as
though.
many people as possible to participate in that process without fear. Freedom and democracy is not about political violence. It is not about assassinating public officials. It is not about trying to intimidate people who speak out on an issue. Political violence, in fact, is political cowardice. It means that you cannot convince people of the correctness of your ideas, and you have to impose them through force. Every American, no matter what one's political point of view may be, must condemn all forms of political violence and all forms of intimidation. We must welcome.
The problem is this is going to fall on deaf ears because he has lost his entire party, right?
He's 83?
Right. He's 83. And the
Fucking
new
done.
I don't know. It's so weird because like the left is not the Democrats anymore. You know what I mean?
Bro,
like the Democrats are
Democrats
fucking
are
old news.
fucked. they're fucked.
Right. And all of the politicians, like when you point to a Republican politician, that is the Republican Party. When you point to Democrat politicians now, it's a very small fraction of like, yeah, there's registered Democrats, but like the loudest and most vocal and violent part
They can't agree on
the
a fucking
left
podcast,
are not
dude.
Democrats. They're like communists. You know what I mean?
They have no idea how to run anything.
What's up, Scum?
You know, he's cooked. As the I was big into him too, and he's cooked.
I would have voted for
He
him
did the
back in the day.
Oligarch tour. I did.
With the AOC? Is that the one he did with
the
her?
Oligarch tour, and he flew private, and I understand flying private is better, and it's easier to get around, but you're talking about the Oligarch tour. I don't expect you to fly coach, but you know, you're Bernie Sanders.
No, flying is flying. It's kind of like you're splitting
Business.
hairs at that point. It's not gonna make a difference. And
Security
plus,
wise,
fuck the planet. Who cares? I don't think that. Go ahead.
We're making money. I don't know who makes all the private jet money, but I know it's a scam.
Well, it's the fuel.
Are you streaming on top of an Indian burial ground, perhaps?
Yeah, it's
probably
your frog burps are a little louder tonight.
Oh, I'll reset the router.
Yeah, try that. See if that makes a difference.
I'll be back. Oh wait,
All right, buddy.
let me try
switch
something real
switch
quick.
the mic because it worked last time you
How
did
about
that.
now?
It sounds beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, it
Scott.
does sound much better. Yes, it's
Yeah.
gone.
We
Let's
figured
fucking
it
go.
out. We
Hell
figured
yeah.
it out last night.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But
After the podcast.
Bro, the people
Yeah,
that
man.
Charlie are so happy, and it's going to get them fired from everything.
What are you talking about, Noticer?
I'm saying people that are like so happy about him dying and like making memes and stuff and posting.
Yeah.
Oh
them
yeah,
online,
we'll watch
they're
that
getting
video
fired.
next.
They're getting fired.
So libs of TikTok have been going overtime. Andy now has been going overtime, collecting all of these screenshots from various social media pages, and they've been contacting their employers. And there's already been some very early fired individuals who were saying like terrible, like celebrating this horrible act that happened to Charlie Kirk. And then not only that, fucking Asmongold got involved today.
Anyone that celebrates
he was-
stuff needs to be fucking fired. Fuck those people.
I totally agree, dude. It's fucking sick. But Asmongold got involved today to his millions of viewers, and he's been not streaming because his father's like dying of cancer in the hospital, but he took time from being in the hospital with his dying father to come home and help dox these people who have been fucking celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk, which I thought was pretty funny. We'll watch that video after this.
And respect dissenting points of view.
Can somebody check social
That's
media
what
and see
our
if they caught the
Constitution
shooter
is
yet?
about. That's what
No, I'll
our
take
No,
it.
they,
rights
they
is
caught
about.
another Jewish
That, in
guy who's
fact,
trying
is
to
what
interrupt
freedom
the investigation.
Well, they
is
have a
about.
suspect now.
Fucking love
The
you.
murder of Charlie
Yeah, they
Kirk
arrested Bernie
is
Sanders
one of the
earlier. They thought he was
disturbing
the
lines of
shooter.
Political violence that
Bernie
threatens
Sanders
to
is the
hollow
shooter?
out
Yeah, he
public
looks
life
just like the other
and
three
make
guys that they
people
arrested.
afraid
He
of
did
true.
look
participating.
like the
That's
first
true.
guy.
From the January 6, 2021 attack on the United States Capitol to the attempted assassination of
Guy's a
Donald Trump,
ghost, apparently.
to the attack on Paul Pelosi, to the attempted kidnapping of Michigan
Like the
Governor
Boston
Whitmer,
incident.
to the murder of Minnesota's Speaker of the House, Melissa Hortman, and her husband, to the arson attack on Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, to the shooting of United Health Executive Brian Thompson, and the shooting several years ago of Representative Steve Scalise. This chilling rise in violence has targeted public officials across the political spectrum. Sadly,
My fucking Twitter follow feed is so fucked. I just like refreshed it, and the first tweet on here is retweeted from Sports X Cats, and it's a repost. It just says, "I hope that the next Hitler won't be as moderate as the previous one." My fucking feed. Yeah,
That's
my
me.
feed
I'm
is
the next
fucking
Hitler.
cooked.
This is not a new phenomenon. We all remember the assassinations of President Kennedy, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Senator Robert F. Kennedy, John Lennon, Medgar Evers, and the attempted assassinations.
Black
of
Twitter
President
today was
Ronald
saying
Reagan
that Charlie
and
Kirk was
Alabama
the white
Governor
Malcolm
George
X.
Wallace.
You know what
This
else
is
Black
a
Twitter said
difficult
today?
and contentious
Or
moment
my
in
banana
American
and nigga, I'm hungry.
Democracy in our country and throughout the world
That's
is
a good
under attack.
statement.
And there are a lot of reasons for that which need serious discussion. But bottom line, if we honestly believe in democracy, if we believe in freedom, all of us must be loud and clear. Political violence, regardless of ideology, is not the answer and must be condemned. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, I can get behind that.
I get behind that one.
Yeah, I mean, he's the voice of reason. Grandpa came down to set the kids straight. Let me find that Asmongold clip.
Yeah, exactly. Grandpa had to.
Yeah, he sat us down on
Jewish
his knee
grandpa.
and he was guys, I had a bloodlust yesterday and I apologize. It's still there, but I don't want to seem
Now
too
it's just
psychotic.
gay lust.
Yeah. Well, lust is lust, Faded Bones.
Why the fuck do we care what some balding retard says?
Yeah,
I mean,
come on,
he's been
Crackadona. Nobody
he's
cares
been
what
a
you think.
yeah, well, all right, fine. Fuck you, Noticer, you piece of shit. You fucking add nothing to the conversation, cuck.
Hell yeah. I went from
Fucking
being really
deep throat
sad
that mic
to-
I
some more.
love you so much, Crackadona. I would add
thanks, buddy.
more,
I love you
but
too.
here's the thing. I don't care what Asmongold says.
Oh,
He's
well,
a-
you're going to sit through it and you're going to sit there like a
I
good
don't-
boy and you're
I
going to
will.
pretend.
I will. I'm sorry.
Let's see here. Well, so it's not so much what Asmongold says. It's like a screenshot of what's going on, right? Like, don't think of it so much as like, don't get hung up on the Asmongold part of it because it's not just Asmongold. It's fucking, there is an army of people who are unrelated,
He's saying what
teaming
we're all
up like Voltron, right? To fucking fuck these people who are celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. And we
What
should
we
all be
should
very
do
happy about it.
is get our guns out and do something, but we won't because we're white and we
That's-
don't do that.
Well, I don't want to throw away my life for killing a tranny, right? Like I enjoy my life.
Well,
I
that
like
makes
being able
one
to
of
go
you,
out.
Crackadona. That's just
I like
you.
to lick the bottom of my dildo, stick it on the seat of my e-bike, and go for a good 20-mile ride. Okay, I'm not throwing that away to blow away a tranny. Blow a tranny.
I don't know how this keeps happening, but yesterday, after Charlie Kirk was brutally murdered, he was shot in the throat, bled out on stage in front of everybody, including his own family and his children. The number of people in the games industry who decided to go on to social media, particularly Blue Sky. A lot of these people, you have to understand that many of these people have already been run off of Twitter because there's a level of discourse and negativity that they can't really deal with. So the only place that they can really exist is on effectively a reservation like Blue Sky, where their opinions are protected and they're allowed to be.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, when Elon Musk took over Twitter, all of the lefties left and nobody noticed, right? And so they needed somewhere to go. So they made a bullshit lefty echo chamber version of Twitter, and it's called Blue Sky. And it's fucking bleeding and hemorrhaging fucking users ever since the inception of it. Like everybody is leaving.
I wouldn't know where to go.
Crackadona, Michael.
I think it's an app. I don't know.
If you
on
get
his
kicked
local
off of
field
Twitter,
trip.
where do you go?
Wait, what?
Michael Bastos is here on his local autistic field trip for school.
Oh, what's up,
and
Bastos?
they're-
Good to see you,
yeah,
buddy.
They let him out of the cage for gooning and simping.
Yeah, how's the not simping going? Last I talked to you, you had just gotten out of rehab from not simping. It's going good.
It's not
I
going
love
good anymore.
pastas.
I miss that motherfucker.
I'm
He
not
used to come
simping
around all the time.
anymore. He's in the Discord. He joined Discord, so
Oh,
that's good.
That's what's up. Cool.
Yeah, speaking of
Yeah.
that, can you spam the Discord link for anybody who wants to join?
For all the people who are already in there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's 40 people or 50 people here, and there's only, I think, what did we start at last week? And we got about 30 people in there.
Yeah,
so
it's like 30.
yeah. So, and hit a like, guys. Hit that like button so I can buy more dildos for my e-bike.
Vitriolic and nobody's allowed to tell them that they're wrong. Well, that's why we're making this video. We're going to be looking at some of the different people that, after the death of Charlie Kirk, decided to, and I'm not really going to be going through, everybody is going to draw the line at a different place. Here's where I draw the line. I personally have a big problem with people that are celebrating him being killed. I don't have a big deal if somebody says I don't like him or I never liked him or something like that. But for the people that are celebrating for him being killed, advocating for future violence, and saying that it's a good thing, I think that's what crosses the line for me. And I think that's what crosses the line for any reasonable, normal person. And so anyway, we're going to go through a number of people. And the first thing I wanted to start out with today is that maybe you guys remember this from the beginning of the year. It was a content, it was a big content year, I would say that. And people might have forgotten, but there is a person who decided to advocate for killing your local MAGA. This was a Blizzard employee. And I want to say that after the video that I made.
That's another aspect to this, guys. So yes, people of all walks of life are celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk, and a lot of them, turns out, are teachers. They have government jobs, and those people are all being contacted. Their employers are being contacted, as they should be, right? But here's the other aspect of it that sort of like ties into things that we like to talk about here. The games industry is just like the colleges. They have been infiltrated by this dangerous left-wing radical ideology, and that's what Asmongold's about to talk about. All like Bungie, Wizards of the Coast. That's why D&D sucks now. I'm a D&D nerd. I play occasionally. The new versions of D&D, there are like classes you can play where the characters have wheelchairs, right? It's so incredibly gay. Why would you want to play a fantasy game? And well, it's not representative. So you're telling me you're in a wheelchair in real life and you could be your fantasy is to like still be disabled in the game? Like, don't you want to be able to walk around in the game? Like, that would kind of be like,
no,
you would, no, I want to be a cripple in the game too.
Kenji, you can be disabled, right?
Kenji, like Kenji from Mortal Kombat?
No, Kenshi is a game that you know nothing about because
I
played
it.
Kenshi's lit.
Fuck out of it.
Hell yeah.
Nah, Dungeon Master's way too hard of a position for me.
Hard.
Thank you.
But I'm gonna say when 2026 or 2076 came out, Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
PD Plastic said it was going too far with the transgender thing.
Who the fuck is PD Plastic?
He's a gay streamer.
Oh, well, now I know why Faded Bones knows who he is. But
How did you not know who that was? What do you mean?
I know who Jeffree Star is. I love playing his videos on my stream, apparently.
I used to troll Blackout because I played video games with them and would stream with them. And Blackout and Andy's only heard rumors. But go on.
Yeah. But yeah, that's I just wanted to stop and like posit that. That's where Asmongold's going with this. He's going to there's now a concerted effort online to dox and report these people in the games industry to their employers. And I would probably guess that this will result in a bunch of their games being blacklisted, right? Like a lot of people are going to boycott these things. I know I'm not going to play fucking I'm not a dude. One of the games that a lot of the people were saying this on worked for was Ghost of Kotei or whatever, the sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, right? Like Ghost of Tsushima was a perfect game. Yeah. And then they were like, well, how do we follow up one of the greatest single player RPG games of all time let's make the protagonist a woman in feudal Japan.
Crackadona, they hate
Right?
money. That's why they don't want to be successful.
They hate money. Faded Bones. I gotta say, are any of you familiar with the movie The Producers?
Yes.
This is a producers type situation. I bet they make a springtime for Hitler in Germany.
That's my song.
Deutschland is bright and gay. Yeah, but I think this is it's got to be some sort of producers type thing where like they spend all this money to produce a game that is trash, knowing it's going to fail so that they can like write it off for insurance or something. Like it's got to be something like that. Otherwise, do they hate money? Why do they keep doing this? And I guess the real answer is that they've just been the entire game industry, all of the developers, all of the storyboard artists, all of the writers are all these indoctrinated people. What is this abomination you're showing me right now? It's
me.
Faded Bones.
Oh,
No, that's Faded Bones.
What do you mean?
I think isn't that Faded Bones?
He's my neighbor.
A racist name.
He's my neighbor.
My name. Can you try?
Oh, I thought
All
it
right.
was live.
You guys are hopeless.
Made on him, and a lot of other people made on him. This person lost their job and effectively has ruined their life. And I want nothing
Oh my God,
more than for
Shaded
the exact same
Bones.
thing.
Perfect.
It was fucking right there the whole time.
Amazing.
Person. Holy fuck. None of us got that. Holy shit. Faded Bones is person is a goddamn genius. Shaded Bones.
Happen to the people in this
Holy
video
shit.
too. So I hope that
Not
after you
worthy.
guys see these individuals and you see what they're advocating for, you'll be able to go out and tell their employer, hey, you know what? Maybe I'm not comfortable funding a video game that is employing people that are advocating for the brutal murder of a person in front of their family. And it's absolutely insane.
Guys,
but
drop
it's
some likes,
also
hit
not
that subscribe
surprising.
button.
And so
Tickle
anyway,
my
we're going to go
asshole.
through some of these. Obviously, I put out a post about this before. This was yesterday. If you guys want to make a list, and this is something I'll go ahead and just contextualize it all. So there's several game developers that are liking posts that are people mocking Charlie Kirk's assassination. We'll look at pretty much who these people are. We'll start off with this. These are people. Dennis. Let's look at this, and this is also on Blue Sky. I'm 6'5" and Vans, Blue Sky Social, sound effects associate at Bungie. So Bungie, you know the game that's trying to make Marathon. I guess they were too busy. Oh, he's doing sound effects, not visual effects. So maybe he actually has to do his job rather than just copy pasting something off of Twitter. But anyway, you've got somebody like this who's advocating for, and again, people might think that it's not a big deal. Oh, well, these people aren't making these statements themselves. These people aren't really saying anything that is that extreme. Here's the reason why it's a big problem. The reason why is because it creates an ecosystem and an environment where the actual extremism and the actual radical behavior is feeling comfortable. It feels comfortable in an
100%.
environment where you have this blasé,
It's why all
passive
games
acceptance
suck
of it.
now. Every
and
single
you
one of
have
them.
people that are just basically complicit with it, but they're not openly saying it. They're just privately doing it, or they're just privately voicing their support as well. And well, I guess in this case, it's not private anymore, is it?
No.
And so
that
anyway,
was,
we have a
Truth
associate producer
Social,
at
Johnny
Bungie who
Spumani.
is liking and promoting tweets that are celebrating the death of a person being shot in the neck in front of their family and bleeding out profusely.
Every
on
time
the
somebody
stage
says it, I
in
get
front of
that
millions
picture
of
in my head. I
people.
probably should have
And
watched
so
the
good
video
job,
100
Bungie.
times.
Really good winners you've got here. I can't wait to play Marathon. I thought that my expectations for the game couldn't be lower, but somehow Dennis has managed to fulfill, or exceed those expectations, you could say. I've got another one also. Kelly, senior producer at Sucker Punch, amateur cosplay armor, D&D enjoyer,
Of course
source
they're
of
an amateur
corgi pics.
cosplayer.
They and she. Okay, so we have also.
Notice right here, gang, D&D enjoyer. These people have also infected D&D. You know, it's like they find these historically like dude hangouts, you know, like where the nerds used to go because they didn't play football or whatever, like comic books and D&D. And then they're like, well, we're outcasts. And then they come in and they fucking change everything. to like, it's like if somebody came into your room and rearranged it to make themselves more comfortable, and then they told you to get out.
So, and you're going to see this word, this term, sucker punch, a number of times. We're not talking about the action, but we are talking about
No
the company.
spamming, hey,
this is
we
the
get it.
company that makes the game, or that is making the game, Ghosts of Yotai. Ghosts of Yotai. And
Well, I take it back. If you want to spam like Jim Nick is going to die soon, like 100 times, you could do that.
And this is also important to keep in mind, is that the voice actress for the game, for the character itself, has gone multiple times on record making the most deranged, stupid.
You know, Shorty, usually when like people die, they have a bunch of friends and family there to like mourn them. How are you going to carry Jim Nick's casket all by yourself?
Comments like defunding the
Dude,
police.
oh my
She's
God.
just your typical
Every
like
single thing that
libtard,
comes out of this guy's mouth
insaniac,
is about
moron,
Jim Nick.
retard, right?
pissing
It's
me off.
not really that complicated.
stupid and
But
gay.
what it really indicates
can't
is that
afford
there's
to
a
get
culture
there.
in this company, and there's a culture in this environment where this type of radical, violent behavior and language is normalized. You have multiple people at the company that are all saying these things, and we're going to get to the other ones too. This is another person
All right,
here
let's get
also
into, like, what they
that
actually
works
said.
at the company,
Drew
and so you
punching
can
Nazis
see right
till
here.
I die.
Obviously, this is them retweeting
sure
or
that would go
posting
exactly how
something that they did with the game, and then right after
They're
that,
always so
I hope
tough,
the shooter's
aren't they?
name is
That's
Mario,
because,
so that Luigi knows his bro got
Oh,
his
yeah.
back.
This
Yeah,
one
but-
was making the rounds today. What this guy said, I had saw this a couple different places. It says, I hope the shooter's name is Mario so that Luigi knows his brother got his back. Like, it doesn't even like, I get what he's
That's a
saying.
dumb fucking comment.
It's a
That's not even
stupid
funny.
joke. Yeah. Like, or whatever the fuck it is. This guy should lose his job. Like, if I do say crazy shit on the internet.
Yeah, me
Never
too.
mind. I don't even want to go there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could definitely lose my job if any of the people who hate watch me. I could definitely lose my job if they found out half of the stuff that I say on here. But you know, this guy celebrating somebody's death who was murdered in front of their 3-year-old children is a little different than making jokes on the internet, right?
Okay.
Notice that Twitter has noticed me from
Yeah, Crackadona, you're right. That's the response I was looking for.
I've been told that Twitter has noticed me from across the room. Well, we certainly have. We absolutely
No,
have.
go ahead, scum.
No, I'm giving you a pantomime.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I appreciate you. You move up one space.
And I think that these kinds of comments are absolutely disgusting. This is a person that works at
You have
a
no idea
massive
how
game
much that
company,
actually
and
hurts
they're
me.
openly
I
know.
advocating for
You know what?
on
Fuck
public
you, Faded
platforms and
I'm gonna kill
promoting and
myself
celebrating
tonight, and I'm
the
covered up.
murder of a
I'm just
random
going to leave
person.
Johnny Spumani here
This
for the
is
rest of the street.
disgusting.
I'm loading
It's
up the
really
gun.
disgusting.
Don't
And
bother
in
me.
my opinion, I don't think that it should.
Actually, this is a good comment. Someone went into your bathroom, gave you an upper decker. They complained about the smell. Modern day example would be the rewrite of female space marines. Oh my God. Dude, I don't even play 4K. And I know like people get super autistic about the lore and there's books and shit, but isn't like the main thing is
That's
that
all dudes.
they're all dudes, right? And like they just
Yeah.
like, what do they clone each other or something?
They're augmented or whatever. I think they're
Yeah, but like how are new ones made?
like people. I mean, they're still women. They just don't
Oh.
make the women.
They just
into the
birth.
fucking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what the lore is, but I know that there's no
think so.
female
I think
space marines. Space marines.
I
But yeah,
never played
that's
real
a
D&D.
dude. That is a perfect example of it, Johnny.
Be tolerated, and that's the reason why I'm making this video. I think that everybody should try to message anybody that works at this company,
There are
anybody
now
who
Heikos
you
here.
know, like any sort of PR, any management,
Yes, there are.
you know, anything like that. Let them know that
You're saying like officially?
Yeah.
I think there is. Or was
No,
that were they just proposing it? Here, I'm gonna look it up.
No fucking way,
Female
dude. Are you serious?
space. Yeah, no, this was like a huge controversy.
Oh
Controversy.
When? Like a week ago?
Like recently. Okay, it says there are no female space marines in the official Warhammer 40,000 lore because the process of creating an Adeptus Astartes is biologically incompatible with females. Though there
That's
were
good
some
lore.
early poorly selling models called Gabs and Jane in the late 1980s, which have been sometimes mistaken for female space marines. And then here's a Reddit post of 4K. It says Warhammer 40K had something happen, which means people are upset about a woman warrior. Don't they already have plenty of badass women?
Why are you reading it off of Reddit?
Because
which
this is the
notoriously
yeah, I
CIA
know what Reddit
or
is.
whatever. Okay.
But there's also tons of nerds here. So,
Yeah, it's good
answer:
for
there is a
information.
faction in Warhammer 40K known as the Custodes. They were considered the peak warriors, far greater than even Space Marines for most of the setting. Custodes have been presented as all male. However, in recent release, there were the first mentions of female Custodes. So they're leaking them in, is what it is. They're like retconning them in.
Yeah, the whole that's true.
So yes, it is true.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and this is a recent
I don't
thing.
even give a fuck about that shit, but it's like just another example.
Yeah, I know it's gay, Shorty. That's why I'm talking about it.
The Brotherhood of Steel.
You don't want to support a company that employs people that celebrate the murder
Guys,
of,
punch
of innocent
Nazis,
people just
by the
for
way.
exchanging ideas. This is a disgusting thing to do. And you can
Correct,
see
Hank,
also,
goes here.
and I think this is a systemic problem at the company itself. Whenever you have three people, the voice actress, and
Let's
then
see.
these two.
What is Sucker Punch? What do they make? What's their big IPs? Sucker Punch.
I forget. I remember
Games. Let's see here.
seeing the.
Sucker Punch Productions. Okay, so Sucker Punch is the one behind Ghost of Tsushima.
Okay.
Tsushima.
Tsushima.
Tuna.
And they got another one coming out. Ghost of Yotei is the new one with the female protagonist. And I was gonna play it because I could I'm not like Fate of Bones. I can like ignore the female protagonist. It doesn't really bother me that
Because
much.
he's gay. That's okay.
And I really liked Ghost of Tsushima. And I really, really liked it. I beat it 100% all the way through, and then I went back and I played it again in black and white, where it makes it look like an old Japanese samurai movie. And it was amazing. Like they even have like the screen scratches, like if like it's old film while you're playing it. It's so good.
Did you play multiplayer?
No, I don't. I'm not an
Oh
RPG.
my
I
god,
don't
it
play
was
multiplayer.
so hard.
What are
It was
you going to
hard.
tell me? You play GTA Online next, you fucking faggot?
Oh,
Other people that are also doing this, I think that it's very
I can't
obvious
get
that
down
this
with it.
company has been infected with the same kind of moral rot that many other video game companies have unfortunately been affected
Midnight,
by.
you're a fat
And
woman.
so you have also Zibs,
got
they,
my
them,
video game
always a very good
privileges
indicator
taken
of
away.
mental awareness and normality.
My
A
God.
producer at Magic the Gathering. So this person works at, I'm assuming, Wizards of the
I'm
Coast.
sorry. Can you pause real quick?
It's fucking on topic, by the way. Like it has to do with the video that we're watching. We're commenting on the video in the topic. Circle back if you can't deal with it, Midnight. Go ahead.
Hold on. So, don't get me wrong. I love you guys. Just don't know why y'all fuck with Jim. Like he can't.
Oh, I don't
fathom
fuck
it.
with her.
Is he still
He
talking
can't-
about her?
It's
I
every
just
single
ignore it.
fucking thing that comes out of his mouth. It's
Yeah, I know. Well,
unreal.
he's so far down the simping track. Like he is under her spell. He doesn't believe that she is like an evil, manipulative person. Like she has an evil streak. And I think it might actually be her actual personality. Like I don't even think it's a streak, right? She's shown it to me. I've seen it. She's devious too.
She's shown it to me, by the way.
Her devious streak, not her
Her
stinking
brown
ass
streak in
pussy.
her underwear.
Yeah, her diaper.
Ugh.
Oh, Jimnick's here. Yeah, Jimnick, we're talking about how evil you are. Break
And I'm
the
holding
spell.
a rosary. Don't worry.
Yeah, good.
I got it.
Jimnick, take the fucking
The voodoo doll.
the
Shorty,
voodoo
and
doll.
throw it
There's
away.
another word I was thinking of. There's like a
Like an
word
effigy?
for Yeah, like an effigy or something. Take the effigy of Shorty that you have and break it up. Let the man be free. He just like whatever you did with this spell, like you cracked, like you wrung your diaper over the effigy and it like really baked it in there good. You got a real good hold on him, and we're just gonna need you to like let it go. Set my nigga free, okay?
And they're working at Magic the Gathering Arena. Previously, also at wow.
Does your friend send you
what
money?
Are the wow, what are the odds of that? What a coincidence. And so what you've got here, this is again another person who is celebrating this type of violent behavior. And I think that again, people need to make their voices known and make them heard that this is just simply not acceptable.
Midnight, this whole conversation is about Charlie Kirk and what's going on surrounding his death. You retard. Learn what context is.
Acceptable. This is not normal. This is not
She's
what
like
average
an
people
iPad
want.
kid,
We
but
don't
an
want to
adult.
have people that
She's
are
like faded.
openly making statements and calls to violence
Yeah, I
like
guess so.
this, or
But I'm not
celebrating
retarded,
calls
though.
to violence, or
You
actual
haven't said
violence
Charlie
like this.
Kirk in 25
making
minutes,
our
but we've been
products.
talking
It's
about him the whole
disgusting.
time. You guys are
And
off
I know that
topic.
some people would maybe consider and say, well, this is something that could be a little bit like cancel culture. And I want to say that it absolutely is.
It is.
What do you think this
100%
video
is.
that
The
we're
fact
watching
that
is
these are
about,
the same types
retard?
of people
She's
who
not
would
listening.
lie about you and make up things about you and try to destroy your career and destroy your reputation for disagreeing with them on something political. But now whenever it's happening to them, they're the victims. Well, if you want to be the victim, it's time to earn it. I think also, here's another thing, is that if you work at one of these companies and you have one of these individuals that works at your company, you do have a recourse to this, and that's calling and talking to
What's up,
HR.
Sue?
Because the fact is that HR does not operate in your best interest, and it doesn't operate in their best interest either. It operates in the best interest of the company. And when you have people
All
that
right,
are making
Midnight.
public statements
Point
and calls
taken.
to violence and celebrating violence like that, they're creating a hostile and an unsafe work environment. And anybody
Yeah,
who works
I
in
think that's
HR
what
or
happened
anybody who
personally.
works inside of
I
any
lo-
sort of
I took
corporate
my eye off
environment
the ball. I
will tell you
apologize.
that that's something that just can't exist in a corporate environment. There's a reason why we have levels of decorum, and there are some levels of HR that make sense. And so if you work at one of these companies and you have a person like this doing it, make sure to talk to HR and let them know how uncomfortable you feel that there's a person who's working at your company who might want to advocate to have you
100%.
killed because you disagree with them. Tell them that it makes you
If any
afraid
of
to
you
come
are on
into
Twitter
work.
and you see
tell
this
you
sort
that,
of shit,
tell them
and
that
it's
you
like
know,
from
you
a
don't know, maybe
dev
you're
or
going to
like a
file a
government
lawsuit,
official, they have
you
their
feel unsafe at your
work
workplace.
in their fucking
and
bio
honestly,
like an idiot.
here's the important
Report
thing.
them.
You should feel unsafe, because these people would justify violence against anybody who disagrees with them. And just because you think you know them doesn't mean they wouldn't do the exact same thing to you. And this is them. This is the game that they're.
Can I tell a real quick story about an interaction I had yesterday when the news broke and I saw the video? I went out into the lobby, and I'm apolitical at work. I don't talk about politics. I think it's just like a good rule of thumb wherever you're in a professional setting to like not talk about politics, right? There's a person who at my place of employment who is like a non-binary type, right? It's a woman, but I don't know what to call them, so I like individual, or you know what I mean? Like I dance around the subject. Like I'm not trying to get involved in that conversation or get called into HR or whatever. So I was showing one of the people that worked there the video. I was telling her about. I'm like, did you hear what happened to that political commentator guy, Charlie Kirk? He just got assassinated. They blew his fucking head off. And I was like, there's video. And I was like, do you want to see it? She's like,
You're showing gore videos to your coworkers at work.
yeah, yeah. I don't talk politics, but I show gore videos. Dude, 100%, 100%. Yeah, I don't talk politics, but I do show gore. Okay, I draw the line somewhere. Yeah, I really did do this. And then she's like, no, I don't want to see it. And then I'm walking by later. She's like, okay, let me see it.
I want to see it. I'm scared.
She came around. She's like, okay, show it to me. So I'm like showing it to her, and we're like in the hallway. I should probably be careful at work about showing gore in the hallway. But like she's looking at it, and this they them like wanders up behind, and she goes, "What are you guys doing?" And I go, "We're Charlie Kirk got killed." And she goes like this. She had this reaction. I know. I just found out in my family text, and I just like stared at her like this.
At that point, you Crackadona,
faded.
I would have done
The
everything.
blood,
murder.
the look on my face must have been telling me, because she looked at me and like her eyes dropped a little bit, like because I must have been looking at her like, you're a fucking weird bitch.
Yeah.
Like that,
I'm
like,
gonna go.
like, yes, I'm showing people gore at work, but you're a weird bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was just so weird. Like the reaction to somebody being killed like that is joy, because you know why? I could almost guarantee you that person would say, well, he's advocating for the death of people like me, right? Like trannies or whatever. He's really not. They don't know what he actually says, which is not that.
I heard my friend say that he doesn't like him, so I don't like him.
Exactly, Faded Bones. You got it 100%. It's all secondhand. And they don't even think of it. They just like, they blink and now it's part of their fucking, like it's hard coded into their brain. And that is now going forward. There's nothing you could ever say to them, even if you show them clips of him not advocating for the death of fucking trans people.
They hate you.
Yeah, they hate you. They hate you and they want you dead. Okay, that's what it comes down to.
Making right here, and you can see that they've made no statement about this. Now, let me ask you a very simple question. If these people made a degrading comment towards the trans community, for example, or towards the black community, for example, do you think Sucker Punch would have immediately fired them and made a statement? I think so, absolutely. But for some reason, these people are protected. And the reason why they're protected is because there's a lot of other ones at the company that feel the exact same way that they do. That's the only logical reason that I have.
Gay.
And I think that at a certain point, Sony or somebody needs to step in. Whoever owns this company needs to step in and root out this disease before it kills the entire company. Because I do think that it will have a tremendously negative effect on the game. And you can see this right here. This is a post that Sony made. I guess it was a couple of days ago about Ghosts of Yotai, and you can see 1,000 comments on this. Your senior dev at Sucker Punch is a violent leftist, etc. And these are more comments here. Never let up the pressure. Never, ever do that. Keep this pressure up until these people lose their jobs. And then after they lose their jobs, then take a break, relax, pat yourself on the back, wait for him to get another one, and then do it again.
Yes.
And that's the only way that you should.
This is exactly what I was thinking of, because the internet forgets sometimes very quickly. And I was thinking this earlier. I'm like, yes, these people are going to lose their job. And then I saw Libs of TikTok was even posting that some of the people that they were reporting on did, in fact, lose their jobs, like a teacher or something. I'm like, you know what they're going to do? They're going to do that thing that they do with cops where like they allow them to like resign or like, and then they just go one town over and get a new job being a cop like 10 miles away. You guys got to be vigilant if you're going to be reporting these people who are compiling these lists, just like Asmongold is saying. You let them lose their job for rightfully so for the actions and the speech that they fucking had, and then you keep an eye on them, and when they get a new job at a different fucking video game company or whatever as a developer, you make sure that you let that company know that you are not okay with them fucking hiring these types of people.
Treat these animals, and that's exactly what they are. You shouldn't view them as people.
You can watch both sides if you join. If they're not like they're open groups, you can watch both sides going at it. If you ever watch it, you can watch it live on Twitter. Like on Twitter, for example, or on Facebook, you could join both groups and watch them go at it.
Like just like both sides of the political spectrum you're talking about?
Yeah, I've been watching that shit for years.
Oh, so dude, I love going into fucking comment threads. Like you'll see a tweet that is clearly bait, or somebody is clearly saying something incendiary to like get reactions out of people, And then I love to just like jump right into the fucking the comment section, see, you know, people just fucking battling it out. Like I don't have the energy anymore. I used to be all about that. Like I was
used to
such a
join
fucking troll, bro.
decisive Groups. I joined the group, the Facebook group,
Yeah.
and then like the opposite group, and then I joined both sides. And it's interesting to see all sides of the spectrum because honestly, we're Americans. We're all on one side. We have
You know what though? Somebody was kind of like making a point about like, are we though anymore? Like it hasn't been that for a long time. I don't feel like it should be.
I am united. We stand.
I like to think that we are, but I don't know how true that is anymore. You know, it doesn't feel united. That's for sure.
I know that
Feels very divided.
Look who are some of the troublemakers out there, and look at what are they doing, and what's benefiting them, and what's good for them, and what's good for the country, and like I pick and choose what I like and what I dislike about the president, but I back him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't vote for Donald Trump because I agree with everything he says. I voted for Donald Trump because he's not Kamala Harris and it's not the party that I detest. You know what I mean? I hate
voting
Republicans
for Kamala.
too.
I don't know why I did that. Maybe the brain injury caused it. I don't know. I was more worried about fentanyl. There was
The thing,
fentanyl bill
fentanyl, immigration, like there's just
immigration and
I think
fentanyl
immigration
bill
was probably my big thing this past election, right? Like that, like it's so out of control.
I also
Everywhere.
did it to piss her off. She said I did it to piss off my wife. She
What,
said
voted
I
for
did
Donald Trump?
No, voted for Kamala.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
No, you did not, scum.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
I'm
Dude, I just lost a lot of
registered
respect
Democrat.
for you, bro. I thought you were smarter
I
than that.
told you this.
When?
He did. That's true, Crackadona. He did tell you this.
I must have.
I'm the brain
Sometimes
injured
I don't
one.
hear things when people are talking on panel, and it
Okay,
seems like I'm like
so
not paying attention. It's like the
am-
fucking volume's all fucked up on this shit. I swear to God.
I am
Don't give me that side eye,
pulled
Fade.
right. Like I'm gonna say every day I find shit that is the war is abhorrent. We need to be more stricter. We need to go for it. If we're gonna go for it, we need to go for it. We don't
What do you
need to
mean?
fuck around. Whatever the war is, if we're gonna have peace or we're gonna have war, we can't be sitting here.
I don't think you're
on
gonna have
foreign
to wait
policy.
very long, scum, to find
I don't
out.
want civil war. That's the only thing I can say I am against at the moment.
As silly as it like on paper, like if you read out loud a YouTuber was assassinated and it was a watershed moment in our country, it doesn't seem real. But I truly believe this is a game-changing, pivotal part in American history with the death of Charlie Kirk, the way he was killed, for what he was killed. You know what I mean? And I think that it's going to be a catalyst, and we're going to have to like look very closely at ourselves inside to see. It's never felt like the future or of what happens next has been more in our hands than it is right now, because the people can really decide what happens next. And it's not going to, because this is going to go outside of the law. You know what I mean? If it goes that route.
Biden and state Democrats here in Arizona fucked me over. So I woke up to the Democrats fucking me over, So when I voted, I was not only brain injured and stoned.
Oh, that's why you
but,
voted for her.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, you'd
say
have to be
this.
you'd have to be clinically retarded to vote for her. So you're forgiven.
So I was brain injured and stoned, but I also
she's not blocked, Shorty. Chill out.
Very paranoid thoughts at that time. And it was weird. It was a weird situation because you know how the voting office is, and it got really uptight because they were at first asking why she had to accompany me, which is weird, you know. I don't know.
We got Rick and Morty on the front lines. We're set, nigga. We're be safe forever.
Yes.
All right, let's get back to the video.
You shouldn't view them as a person with a political disagreement from you. These are violent animals that are trying to destroy the last good thing that we have, which is the open ideas of political discourse. And they're celebrating murdering people for doing it. And as soon as that starts happening, I don't want to know what's next. And the worst thing is that I already do. And I think you do too. And so anyway, we've got more of these. Here's recognition. Not enough for me. I hope he thanks the studio. And cowards keep quiet. The studio deserves to go under. I understand why a lot of people at these companies don't speak up, which is why I suggest that if you work at one of these companies, please make sure to go to HR. Go to HR and file these complaints legitimately with them. There are certain legal things that they have to do. And in some cases, these people will pretty much lose their job for sure if enough people are discussing it.
I hope all these
and you have
fucks
also
get
some
ratted
people make
on.
comments like this. It's wild how the woke right, like Asmongold, Grums and others, showing themselves to be what they hate, authoritarian free.
Yeah, look at this fucking backpedaling that this person who made the Mario comment. You know, I hope Luigi knows that Mario. I hope the shooter's name is Mario so that Luigi knows that his bro has his back. You know, Luigi Mangione was clearly what they were talking about. And then they start getting shit, and then people start threatening to get him fired. Now here's the backpedal. Some of y'all have never heard of the critically acclaimed Mario Brothers franchise by Nintendo, and it shows. Like, not an apology, just trying to gaslight everybody about what they were talking about. Yeah, it's a whiny, snivelly fucking attempt at trying to backpedal here.
Makes them want to censor and silence anybody they despise. Yeah, I do. I do. I think that anybody who's advocating for killing people over speech like this should be censored. Absolutely. And this is just normal. Absolutely.
Well, this comment here, the first comment in response to the person who made the original Mario and Luigi thing, it says, "It's wild how the woke right, like Asmongold, Grums, and others are showing themselves to be what they hate. Authoritarian freaks that want to censor and silence anybody they despise. They've been doing this for so long against anybody who is even who they deem to be part of the alt-right or Nazi. You know what I mean? And it doesn't take much, guys. You could just have the wrong politics and they will call you a Nazi. They will call you... If you support...
it's been that way since the beginning.
If you support, for instance, like Charlie Kirk and probably what them at my workplace had been told about Charlie Kirk advocated for treating people with mental illnesses, like people who are trans. And I also believe that if you're trans and you think that you're in the wrong body, you were born in the wrong body, and then your doctors like advocate for you to have surgery to be more in line with the body that you feel like on the inside, I think that's sick. And I think that those people should go to therapy and they should be treated with like compassion, just like anybody with a real mental illness. Right. But because Charlie Kirk and me and like anybody else who has that very sane thought, you're labeled anti-trans, you're labeled a Nazi. Right. And then they go after your job, right, for having these views. So for this person to say that, like, us now going after them for celebrating a murder, by the way, not even like a difference of opinion in like people's mental well-being, just a straight up murder that was on video in front of the guy's kids and wife, is the same thing. It's not.
I don't. There's this trick that a lot of people like this like to play, which is they try to use your own language and use your own morality against
Aragorn.
you. These people don't care about freedom of speech. They don't care about censorship. They don't care about any of that. They're simply trying to weaponize your values and use them against you in order for them to fulfill their own goals. And so every time that they try to make an appeal to your own values, you should ask yourself, do they hold these values? And if the answer is no, then you shouldn't take it seriously. Because this person is simply trying to use your values to subvert you and take advantage of you and to push their own agenda and to hurt you. And so never listen to this, never play into this game, never even acknowledge that that there's any validity to it at all. These people don't care about freedom of speech. The only time they bring it up is whenever they're trying to co-opt the person who does care about freedom of speech and make that person act against their own best interest. But anyway, we've got also, this is me, I was supposed to put out the call for finding game devs mocking, and there's another one here. This is the voice actor for Duluth.
We got to root out
Impact.
the evil in the gaming industry.
I hope they receive the same care
all aspects
the
of
average
society.
American citizen would get in the same situation. Really? So they're just going to fall down and die. Somebody gets shot in the neck like that with their blood like spurting out. There's no health care. You're not coming back from that. At least not anytime soon with the medical care that we have now. And so anyway, at least he came out. At least he goes out doing what he loved, being a bigot. Of course you have more comments like this, more people like this. And if true police go if it's permanent, every post you make goes out to the public firehouse, captured by someone somewhere. The delete button doesn't do what you think it does. And so anyway, we have a lot of people, obviously, that are starting to say stuff, live by something. So she's obviously trying to make a statement of live by the sword, die by the sword. This is what, and I think that this is a very revealing statement. And I think this is going to be the last comment that I'm going to look at here.
Let's read this person's comment. Charlie Kirk spent his life's work and all of his energy and time targeting out groups. I'm guessing they're talking about like LGBTQ people, out groups. Is that a term anybody else in chat has heard? I've never heard of that term. Or targeting out groups? I don't know. While arguing for a world in which gun massacres would be easy to enact, plentiful and inevitable. Charlie Kirk never did any of that. They're doing this classic left-wing thing where they take it out of context, they stretch it to fit their narrative, and then they spit it back out like it's truth. This is another thing that should be not be tolerated. Like this, I saw Stephen King did it today. Like he did the same sort of like character assassination against Charlie Kirk, where he postured something in a way that's not. No, it's the author.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, that's the book you reference when talking about fucking Stephen King?
Don't know.
Gunslinger? What about Shining? The Dome.
I could have said, I don't know. I want to read that book right now. I want to read
The Dome or Gunslinger?
Gunslinger.
All right.
I don't.
I forgot what I was talking about.
Yeah, sorry.
That's
all right.
This statement's actually extremely revealing.
I was floundering
because
anyways.
What it's saying is that
you get the picture.
From her perspective, living by the sword is the same as being killed. Speaking out and being able to, express your opinion on certain things should be met with the equivalence of deadly force.
He's a working man
and that's
now.
really what these people want. They want to bully,
good for him.
Push, fight, and if it comes down to it, kill you if you disagree with them.
Proud of you.
And that's why whenever somebody does do something insane like this, all of these people try to do mental gymnastics about why it was somehow justified, normalized, okay, acceptable, or something one way or another. The fact is that no, live by the debate, die by a gunshot wound in the throat. No, I don't really think that makes a lot of sense, does it? But it doesn't sound as good as these, vapid, like Yas Queen comments that people like her make on Blue Sky that have absolutely no pushback because they're on their own protected reservation,
It's an echo chamber,
away from
yeah.
anybody whose opinions could be different than their own. And that's the reason. And also, those are the only people that are still left on the platform. And soon, if with enough effort and enough
I almost
work,
want to go to
we
Blue
can
Sky
have
just to
enough of
see
these
how bad it
people
is over there.
removed from our media,
Well,
and
Scum, I'm
removed
sure you already
from
have
our
an
public
account.
discourse, and removed from any
Voted
sort
for
of positions
Kamala
of power
Harris.
where they
Yuck.
can
I didn't
exercise
know
their
the
completely
account.
maladjusted,
I didn't know that
totally
even
deranged
existed. I
viewpoints
heard
and
about it
worldview.
because I have
And so,
one
anyway,
lefty group
I want to let you know
watch.
that this is definitely not the only amount of them that there are. I'm sure there's plenty more. And so, if you want to express and show any of these other people, and you want to post one of their comments or anything like that, I would recommend anybody to go on over to Roach Ranch. This is a comment right here. Sorry, not comment. Community right here that I made on Twitter. I do not really moderate this at all, and if you guys want to post
I'll go
the
to that.
different public comments that
Check
are
it
being
out.
made by these different developers or these different people that are working in media celebrating this, and collectively we can contact their employers, contact the people that are around them, and have them get fired from their job.
Oh,
and
shit.
do not
No
for even a
shit.
second.
Dude, he made a fucking full community just to fucking dox people who say terrible things and report them to their fucking their bosses. That's so fucking base, dude. Holy shit. Incredibly based.
I knew
yeah,
the
I mean it
roaches
does
would come out.
I mean it does feel like a little bit like tattletale, but then again, you got to remind yourself what happened. Think of the video of Charlie Kirk losing his life, and then remind yourself that these people have been doing this to us for forever, right? Like they've been doing, and we never do it back to them. That's why they continue to do this. Like, sure, it's not a 100%, I'm sure there was people that have done this to people who lean left in the past, but historically, this is something that they've always done. They dox, they harass, they intimidate, and they threaten, and they murder, right? So it's time that we start
100%.
fucking fighting back. You know what I mean? So go over to
That's
the
what
Roach
I-
Ranch and start reporting people.
I
Let's start collecting
I woke up
fucking
that day
septum
losing
rings,
my shit.
septum ring necklace.
I woke up losing my shit. I don't know what happened when I went into the hospital, but I
Mhm.
woke up a different
You died 3
person.
times.
Well, yeah, obviously, but it's more of so when all these people say, if anyone
on the
tells
screen.
you don't appreciate death, you do when you're able to do things afterwards, because I'm mind blown that I can think another way, and neural pathways are burning in other directions that
Yeah.
may have never gone and have been there all along, but maybe haven't been firing as much lately for whatever reason.
I must say, Scum, your fucking speech is so much better than it was even just like 3-4 months ago, dude. Like incredibly
you.
better. Yeah.
Thank
like
you.
You can't even
I've been
tell anymore, really.
practicing.
Honestly.
Yeah, you're
Alex
getting
Myers said that to me.
Scum, you're getting so much better, dude. Like fucking just like keep going, keep doing whatever you're doing. I remember like 3 months ago, you'd come on and like it would be like every 2 words you'd have to stop. And now it's like coming back to you. Like brain injuries take a long time to heal, bro. And you're like so far ahead of schedule, dude. It's really amazing.
I just want to get back into physical therapy. We're having,
dude. You'll fucking get there. You got to get your mind right first, and your mind's like well on track to fucking get there. I just want to like congratulate you on fucking how
Thank
like,
you.
dude, your speech
Hell
is
yeah.
like amazing, dude. Cheers.
Think that this is not fair. It is absolutely fair. These
Almost
people have been doing
bedtime,
it to
too.
people like me for the better part of 5 years, and it's time the shoe goes on the other foot. They're disgusting. They're celebrating violence.
They are.
And there shouldn't be any space for this in any sort of a polite society. But yeah, anyway, crazy
Asmund
things
gets
going on over at...
What?
Asmund gets hardcore snark, as they call it on Twitch.
He gets hardcore snark on Twitch.
Or doxed or whatever. They have communities based on fucking with Asmund Gold.
Oh, I'm sure he's a huge target.
Mm,
You know.
really?
Yeah,
He's
of
always
course he
been
is. They hate
cool as
him.
fuck.
I was watching Destiny earlier, and it's like almost unbearable to watch at this point with what happened. Like that guy
Why
is
does
so
people
fucking
get politics
Destiny
over
might be one of the most evil
personality?
motherfuckers I've ever seen on the internet. And what's even more scary is he had 16,000 people watching him, and they all totally agreed with him. So that tells you how many of these people are out there, right? And that's just like the ones that are online, you know. And the entire time Destiny that I was watching him, he was fucking attacking Asmongold. Like he to
I
them,
didn't like
because
Destiny.
Asmongold gets more eyeballs on him than Destiny does, right? Destiny needs opponents to fight, and like Asmongold, like just for the most part ignores Destiny, right? Like because he's not on the same level as Asmongold.
Yeah.
Right.
I see it.
And he's desperate for that clout, and he's also desperate to have a girlfriend get fucked by a dude in front of him in a
So
cup chair.
that was it. That was the rumor I heard about Destiny.
It's true. It's not a
When I got
rumor.
to
There's
the
video of it.
hospital, There was a video of him and who?
Well, his wife at the time, I think, had a boyfriend. There's a very funny
Okay,
video
cuck chair moment.
where it is a cuck chair. But there's a very funny video where Destiny's streaming and he's like sitting in his chair like that, and over his shoulder, his fucking hot wife is dancing with the dude that she is banging all the time, and like they look in love, and like Destiny just like looks fucking forlorn and worn down. It's so funny.
No, that don't happen. That don't happen. Not on stream, at least. Definitely not.
That
on
was
stream.
yesterday, Andrew C. It's not selective outrage. If you don't understand, and I know that a lot of what you're saying is like tongue in cheek, it's kind of a big deal, dude. It really is. It is a watershed moment, and it deserves to be talked about. And until they like catch the killer, and this whole like situation is so fluid, and there's going to be many things that are going to come out of this, and I'm going to cover it. I'm going to fucking pay attention to it because it's important.
Sucker Punch Productions. Really, really crazy stuff. I with that many weirdos and freaks working at the company, I wonder what this game's going to be like. I kind of don't want to know, but
yeah, so
actually I kind of do.
Something tells me, and I think I know which one you're talking about. That was a mentally ill person, right? That wasn't a political assassination. That was what he's talking about here. 2 Democrats were gunned down in their own home in front of their daughter.
Yeah. That
Let's
was a
see.
mentally ill. That guy was lost his shit.
And not to mention, those 2 Democrats don't reach millions and millions of people on a daily basis around the world. Those 2 Democrats aren't solely responsible for winning an election for Donald Trump just recently. Those 2 Democrats didn't have a fraction of the societal clout that fucking Charlie Kirk had. It's bad. Like, yeah, it's bad. But had they have been even a 1/1000th of effective at communicating and having an influence on the outcome of, elections or the way young people think, maybe there would be more of an outrage. But this is different, and I think that it's different. They were actual politicians, not just pundits, though. But I get the response because he was one of those characters. It's just, yeah, it's bad. Nobody. Okay, let me retort to that, Andrew. Go pull up all of the tweets of Republicans celebrating those Democrats getting murdered. Okay, because that's what we're talking about right now.
I think it'll be great
What's
content,
up, James
but for all the wrong reasons. So anyway, guys, that's about all I've got for today. I did promise I would go through all of this, and we've gone through all of this. So thank you all very much. I really appreciate you watching, and feel free to join the Twitter community or to join Reddit or anywhere else. But Twitter community is the best and most uncensored
not the same,
place.
Andrew C.
Reddit is very censored for a number of reasons that we have to, right?
The situation
have to follow the Reddit rules. Twitter doesn't have those same rules.
The closest thing to this would be like JFK getting assassinated. Like politically, like it's that big of a deal.
He's not a president.
He's not a president, but the closest thing to it. Can you name one politician that held as much sway or power as Charlie Kirk did in the past 30 years that's been assassinated?
I would say he is a presidential person of interest. Like he's on his
It's the
way
clout
there.
and the reach and the effect he's had.
Yes.
It would be like if I'm trying to
Jones.
what would be in a what would be a
MLK.
good who?
MLK.
Yeah, kinda. But
I
not
wanna
really.
say-
Like that. No, that kind of takes away from the legacy of MLK.
I don't
want to
take away from the legacy of MLK, and I say that with the utmost
I think when
respect
Black-
for MLK, and I want to say that with
I
the
think
fact that
it's
there
probably
isn't-
closer to say Malcolm X. I think Black
So,
Twitter
yeah.
was right when they were saying that.
When they said that, I agreed. I agreed. Malcolm X, yeah, because he's famously a gun guy. He will, and or Huey Newton, right? Is that
Huey Lewis
that-
in the news?
no?
What was he, like a
Black
religious
Power
figure?
movement.
You
Oh,
beat me to it.
no, I don't know about him. What, Faded Bones?
I said you beat me to it. I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
That's all.
Got the power of love.
So if you guys want to talk about this issue more and bring up more people, feel free to go over to the Twitter community and we can mobilize from there. And hopefully we can put, everybody together and actually achieve something for a good cause. And don't ever think that this kind of stuff doesn't matter. This kind of stuff has led to a lot of people getting fired, which is the exact reason why I'm doing it. Hopefully it'll happen
Hell yeah.
again.
Aspen
So
Gold is
anyway,
fucking
guys,
fired
thank
up.
you all so much for watching. I really appreciate
I
it.
hated
And I'll
it
see
when
you
the
all
left
as soon as I can.
doing it.
And you can see it on his face, by the way. He is fucking dealing with a lot with his father. Like, he has not been streaming. He's been in the hospital. His dad, I think, is probably going to die anytime soon now. Like it's not going good. He just announced his father's cancer diagnosis, like maybe 3-4 weeks ago. Not even, like within the month.
And I'm sure it's not when he found out. That's like just when he released it. It's probably been something that's going
yeah,
going on for a
whatever.
while.
But sometimes cancer is like that, though. Like my uncle, he was diagnosed with a brain tumor, and he was dead within 2 months. It went from like a little thing in his head to like a spider tumor all throughout his brain, where it's like inoperable, just
Yeah,
like fucking could not control his bladder and fell apart.
Yeah.
It happens like that sometimes, Yep.
My
And I think that
grandfather
if I had to guess, that's probably what's going on with Asmongold's father, and that sucks.
Yeah.
my heart, I love Asmongold. I think he's a great streamer. He's really entertaining.
Spine to brain.
Yeah. Spine to brain.
Yeah, my grandfather had a lung, spine to brain.
Yeah, when it
went
like
from the lung to the-
metastasizes, I think that's what
Yeah.
it's called.
Yeah.
My cousin also died of cancer, same sort of thing. He lasted 2 years, but it was my cousin never drank or smoked or did any drugs. He was a total nerd. And
That's
he got lung cancer, and then it spread to his spine, and then it spread to his brain, and he died. And he had just had a kid too, like his first kid. Crazy, man. It's crazy.
I knew
like
somebody like that too.
yeah,
Right.
it's,
Like right as they were like at the peak of their life. It's weird. I was a young man at the time, like very young, and watching this guy die. Weird, in 30s, right? Or younger.
yeah, he was young. He was like in his mid to late 30s. He wasn't even 40 yet. Yeah.
You lose your shit when you see that, and that's maybe
shit.
yeah.
Let's this is from 18 minutes ago. Let's check in with Hassan Piker. Says Hassan Piker is all over the internet inciting murder of right-wingers. And after Charlie Kirk's killing,
get killed next.
I've been
don't you fucking tease me, Faded Bones.
And it's gonna, Sam Hyde's gonna do it. Sam Hyde's gonna live stream
Oh
it. And
wait, yeah, he's gonna crash through the wall like the fucking Kool-Aid man.
Fucking back of their
I
head,
actually
and
have
he's
it.
gonna-
I made a tweet like that earlier.
He's gonna be like, that's like the promo for the new season of Fish Tank. Is that? That's like a live stream of him killing him.
Oh God,
me with
can you
robotic
imagine?
Legs. Yeah, I can.
You're
I
getting
just
my
can't.
bloodlust going again.
Well, that's how I feel all the time.
Yeah.
So welcome.
All right, let's take a look at this. Let's see what we got. Let's see what Hassan's saying.
I'm sick and tired of it. Left wingers, liberals, you need to be fucking showing your opponent's guts on there, okay? You need to be gutting them. You need to be shanking these motherfuckers and letting their fucking
Piker, by the way.
letting their intestines just ride on stage. What the fuck is this shit, man?
Dude, he cannot get banned on Twitch. He's done so many things to get banned on Twitch, and they never ban him.
Should I go back on there and start just talking my shit?
Well, look how fast his chat's moving. They're never gonna see you.
Immediately. Yeah, it doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah, they'll ban you. They'll somehow detect your fucking rice grain in the fucking sea of rice comments. But they're never they can't detect Hassan Piker saying he wants to see the guts of his enemies.
And slice them up. Slice them and fucking dice them. What the fuck is this?
Slice them
you
and dice them,
cannot
he
have
says.
a bigger fucking layup.
This is
You could not have had a bigger fucking layup than a horrible candidate like Herschel Walker. Sure, he was prepared very well. And Herschel Walker actually had a good
So this is an old video, in fairness. This is an old video from before the shooting. Because they're talking, I think so. I don't really know, but they're talking about the Herschel Walker election, and that was last election cycle. So I don't know why he would be talking about this today.
We do need to make sure we do.
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, but
keep
still horrible what he's saying.
I'm retarded.
Is that Richard Branson?
Grow up
No,
on TikTok,
that's the leader of Twitch.
when they're
Oh yeah, that's the
That's
head
the
of
owner
Twitch.
of
You're right.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, that
No.
is the owner of Twitch. Yeah, and
No wonder. Wow.
dude, when he comes and does like upfronts and he's like talking to the media, he tries to seem hip and cool, and he's wearing like dunks and shit, and it's really cringe. And he's like 65 years old.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, even though they shouldn't be.
And 3, it's like all here. Now this guy's
I have
down.
no
He's dead.
opinion
These guys are
about
like
this, fatally
wounded.
they're not even like
But
they're
I
not even
think
running. They're
that
not even like
he
cowering
needs
and
to
running
do
away and
his
screaming in
job
fear. There's like, okay, well they did it. We got our shots.
TOS.
Okay, is this guy done? Oh shit. Well, okay. Well, we brought the
It's
white.
called shock, you fucking idiots. It's called shock. Anything that happens, I mean, like, holy shit, guys. If you live in Florida, I have an opportunity for you. If you want to earn $100,000, let me know. Jesus
What, for
fucking
killing?
Christ.
What?
Flags. We can put
What
that over
was
the
that?
bleeding
What is that
part,
for?
assuming you got shot. And it's actually
Yeah,
right.
what is that supposed to mean?
And then
Oh, I think you know exactly what that's supposed to mean.
for killing for killing him.
How many?
I think so,
roses for
yeah.
What?
That's nice.
Yeah.
Let's all just kill each other.
I mean, $100,000 is a lot of money.
This guy
874
Johnny Spumoni.
Bellevue Drive, and I'm
He's-
gonna kill you with my AR-15. Like that's
Wait,
what
is he still out
that's the
there?
type of messages they were leaving in this dude's off.
So he's just casually doxing somebody under the guise of he's telling a story, but he knows what he's doing. He's doxing an address to people.
Office, and he's resigning. Like he's literally, this is his last term. So I think that people are a lot more radical.
It's hurt poor people that they can afford housing in Berkeley. I don't know how that works.
My understanding is that the property owners who have properties there choose just not to rent it at all.
Yeah, kill
As a
them.
result.
Kill those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red.
Dude, wouldn't it be something if I got a fucking strike for shit that Hassan is saying on Twitch?
Yeah, well.
And you know what I
That's
mean?
the world that we live in, Crackadona.
Yeah,
That's so on
it's
the ball. Oh
insane.
my god.
And he's not banned, by the way.
Capitalist bloods, dude.
Yeah.
Well,
fuck Hassan
He's
Piker.
a capitalist himself. He's like a
Yeah, he's a millionaire, and then he
Hassan
preaches.
Piker?
Yes. What do you mean? Yeah, of course he's. Hassan Piker is 100% a multimillionaire. He was the most influential person on the left for like Forbes magazine. Like that, like Forbes
Never.
called him that. Like what a fucking socialist, to be. And then they took like a real like GQ photo shoot with him where he's like wearing like all these like designer clothes and shit. There's a word for that. What do they call that when
Gay?
No.
Gay.
Well, yeah, I mean it is gay, but
What when they're just trying?
I'm sick and tired of it.
Look good, basically. Like a.
it's like
It's
something
not a psyop.
No, it's like teapot socialists or something like that, but I forget. But yeah, that's essentially what it means, Andrew C. The word, whatever I'm trying to think of. The bourgeoisie.
Too many sides. He went way extreme Muslim. or
Join panel and make
Islamic.
faded stare at your back wound hole again, Jimnick. That was so gross, dude.
Yo, I was
I-
gagged. I had to walk
Yeah,
away. It
when
was
she
so
pulled the fucking
nasty.
cotton out of the hole. I changed the name of the stream that night when I went to bed. I named it whatever we were talking about first, and then I named the second half Jimnick grosses everyone out.
Nice.
I thought it was a bit of more of a fitting title. What are you clicking on over there, Fairy
Mirza.
Balls?
Mirza, that's
I'm
what it
playing
was.
Cookie Clicker, and I have 1,000,000 cookies.
Dude,
Not really.
I told you I
Left-wingers,
fucking
liberals.
venture capitalist, right?
Wait, what?
I platinum adventure capitalist.
Crackadona doesn't know what that is. That's cool.
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah.
Never mind.
I know what that is.
Platinum
Though.
Adventure Capitalist. Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
A 100% achievement on a clicker game.
Let me see here.
Like a true hero.
I also platinum only one PlayStation game, and that's I Am Bread. Another
Golly,
clicker
that
game.
was from a long time ago. That took me back. Jeez Louise. Everyone used to play that. All the YouTubers back in the day, that was their. Oh my gosh. Jeez.
This is something good to remember. When we win, do not forget that these people want you broke, dead, your kids raped and brainwashed, and they think it's funny. Yeah, that you should never forget that, by the way.
Yeah,
so
they
don't lose
make
sight
it
of
known.
what these people are capable of and what they've already done. Right? No quarter. We covered that.
And they give you just enough money to barely starve to death.
Trying to see if there's like any update on the manhunt, and it doesn't seem like it is. There is. We'll watch this video. This is from 2 hours ago. It says Charlie Kirk assassination. Search continues for the shooter. Hold on. Shut up. There we go. Stop screen. You should be able to share more than one source. I feel like that would be an actually useful.
It would be game changing, dude.
Right.
Oh
but
my
no, they want to keep adding all this bullshit in that nobody really cares about. Like, they added a new one today when I logged in. It was like, you can have as many different custom scenes as you want, up to 12 or something. We changed it from 8 to 13 or something. That's the big update. Make it so I can share multiple sources.
The FBI releasing new images in the search for Kirk's killer.
This comes more than 24 hours after his assassination, and the suspect remains at large.
Authorities also sharing more details about the aftermath of the shooting.
You see the suspect after dropping off the building. He moved around across this grassy area.
Tonight, the latest from Utah's Public Safety Commissioner Bo Mason releasing security camera footage of the suspect coming down off the roof, climbing down the side of a building after they believe shooting Charlie Kirk.
So here's the still photographs I mentioned. These have been enhanced.
And then releasing enhanced freeze frames from on-campus security video showing that suspect with a triangular image on his baseball cap, a long-sleeve black T-shirt with an American flag and eagle symbol, and a backpack.
People have already found images on social media where they think that they know who the guy is, and they're like doing like, you know, forensic picture matching. You know, sometimes like, you know who's really good at that when they need them to be is 4chan. 4chan has like really that like weaponized autism with like figuring out who people are and where things are through pictures.
I know what that cap is. Weaponized
What's the cap?
autism. It's a Nike ACG trail cap. But
there you go.
I'm
Yeah.
not certain.
And you've been on 4chan
I'm not
before,
certain.
right?
No. Yes. I'm. Yes.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. 4chan is
will
GeoGuessr
say,
professionals.
Capture
the flag.
We will not divide us. He will not divide us. He will not.
Yeah, I agree,
Investigators
Texas
asking
Cat.
for the
I
public's
don't want
help
to find
in
a body.
capturing
I
the
want to
suspect.
find him.
Also shown the morning of the shooting on foot in a neighborhood near the campus in video obtained by TMZ.
We cannot do our job without the public's help right now. The public has answered our call for action. So far, we've received more than 7,000 leads and tips. I would just note that the FBI hasn't received this many digital media tips from the public since the Boston Marathon bombing.
And let's be advised, UVU in Orem has had an active shooter at the Charlie Kirk event. We're getting several calls. We're trying to get more information.
Chilling dispatch audio also released from yesterday morning. While first responders arrived at campus, the suspect had apparently disappeared into those woods. That's where investigators say they recovered a bolt-action, high-powered rifle. It's undergoing forensic analysis. Unfired cartridges, reportedly marked with
This is the second rifle that they've found, by the way. Like, how many fucking rifles are just like strewn about in this area? Remember yesterday I showed a picture or played a video of them arresting a guy and then bringing out a rifle. It's like, does everybody just have fucking rifles in Utah?
Well,
I guess they probably do.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this.
It's like an old Mauser or something.
Yeah, that looks like a 22, maybe. What is it again?
I don't know. I can go back.
Ruger? No, it's
okay. I mean, I would assume if this thing was found on the roof, it's got to be it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Transgender and anti-fascist language. Meantime, Vice marked with undergoing for investigators say they recovered a bolt-action, high-powered rifle. It's undergoing forensic analysis. Unfired cartridges, reportedly marked with pro-transgender and anti-fascist language.
He's a
Meantime,
tranny
Vice
terrorist.
President J.D. Vance, a longtime friend, flew.
On time.
What? This is where Faded Bones is going to tell me that it's not a tranny terrorist.
No, it doesn't. It's the goddamn government shooting and killing this motherfucker, and they're like, you know what we're gonna do? We're going to incite race war violence. It's time, everybody! Showtime! And then
It's not race, dude. I disagree.
No, listen.
These
And then they're saying, "Oh, they had tranny shit on the bullets."
People.
Like that's retarded.
yeah, just
not
like the
Trump
one that
people.
killed the Catholic kids recently. These people are being radicalized. Why is being radicalized so hard for you to accept as a possible, being the sole reason for this?
You're talking about the weirdos upstate California, right?
No, I'm talking. What do you mean, trannies? They don't just live in upstate New York.
But California, northern.
Well, no, this is in
California.
Utah.
I said it wrong. No, I know, but I'm saying they did a lot of shit lately.
30-06 Mauser.
Yeah, that made sure. Yeah, it's a Mauser if it is. 30-06 makes sure that makes sure your kills.
Yeah.
To Utah and escorted Kirk's body back to Phoenix, where he lived with.
I didn't like how you didn't answer me when I asked you for an ansor.
Well, because Scott talked over me, and then we just kind of didn't circle back to it. So
well, here's your punishment.
No, it's okay. I wasn't trying to be rude or anything.
Oh, sorry.
Scared me.
Hello.
Okay, by the way, Jimnick is going to say, before I give her a chance to speak here, she's going to go, why are we watching this? This is stupid. Why are we watching this?
Well, thanks for spoiling it, Crackadona.
She should be
based.
Okay,
Talk about aliens or something.
Aren't you based?
Look.
Aren't you
Ew! The fuck was that? Why is it red?
Because it has a hematoma. They covered it with something.
Ugh, you're fucking so gross. It looks like you have a computer chip on it.
Wait up. Okay,
Let me see it. Show it to us, stupid.
It's a
what is the thing in the middle? Is that a bandage?
They did like a
No, that's a band-aid and it's filled with blood is what it is.
yeah. She said it's gonna still leak, but she put strips under or something. But look, after.
Oh, so you actually went to the hospital like you said you were gonna do today. I can't believe it. You finally followed through on something.
Yeah,
Good for
see,
you,
I
Jimnick.
have my little thingy.
Yeah, did they give you the drugs that were the sole reason that you were going there for?
I got an X-ray on my knee.
Nah.
And I got that patched up. Okay.
All right.
So I'm
All
good.
right, well, thanks for stopping by.
I'm happy.
His wife and 2 young children. And President Trump announcing Kirk would receive the nation's highest civilian award.
I'm pleased to announce that I will soon be awarding Charlie Kirk posthumously the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Yeah, the vice
And the
president
FBI
went down there
reminding
and got
people
his
there's a
body
reward of
today
up to
bring him home.
$100,000 for information leading
crazy, man.
to the identification and arrest of the individual or individuals responsible.
Now, of course, he's still on the run. This is after there were 2 people that were taken into custody yesterday, soon after the shooting,
Right.
and then officials
Questioned and
said,
released.
you know what, this isn't our guy. Now we have these images, this new video. Hopefully it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, and those stills.
I mean, this guy can't go anywhere, right? Like, now that they got a good beat on who it probably is, he's coming down off the roof. They found a gun in the area. Who were those fucking 2 guys that they were like questioning, right? I mean, they
That's
did
what I'm trying
release
to
them
tell you,
pretty
Crackadona.
quickly.
They were Jews. That's not even a joke. They
One
were
was a
literally-
Jew. One was
Okay.
Jewish.
They're fucking Jewish, like little.
The other one's religion was not known.
Yeah, because if they released the both of them were Jewish, it would be fucking obvious.
He might have had a yarmulke on under his baseball cap. I'm not
his
ruling it out.
yarmulke, but it's just they're obviously
Yarmulke.
it's obviously fake. It's just fake and gay. That's all.
I don't know. I'm not sold on that. It was a fluid, chaotic situation. They were probably just grabbing anybody who they suspected.
The guys admitted to it, by the way, to fuck up
Yeah,
the police search. Just
right.
So you know.
Yeah, that was weird. Well, it could be that they're part like they're in like some fucking left-wing like Facebook group or whatever, you know, like a Discord server where maybe they are part of the planning of it, but trust me, it's like I would love to blame this on Israel somehow, but I like to withhold that for very special occasions. Hello, James Withrow. How are you, buddy? Your mic is terrible as always.
Oh, well,
he's
the
gone
Wi-Fi
already.
inside of a whale's stomach doesn't work properly, Crackadona.
I added him and then he left.
And the clothing were very identifiable, so you got to figure someone is going to recognize this guy.
Hopefully we have a name soon.
I
All right.
can pee in
Well,
2
a vigil
minutes.
for Charlie Kirk held tonight in downtown Los Angeles. Supporters gathering at the Federal Building. Fox 11's Matthew Seedorf, he's there live with more on how people are remembering Kirk tonight. Matthew?
Well, Marlo, there were a few dozen supporters here tonight outside the Federal Building, many with heavy hearts.
It was evil that made that decision.
A somber church-like vigil in downtown Los Angeles for conservative influencer Charlie Kirk. A few dozen supporters singing and praying
that you would raise up millions of Charlie Kirks.
The day after Kirk, a father with 2 young kids, was shot dead.
Takes my breath away. If I were, I could hardly breathe. I mean, you know,
no one should ever have to go through what Charlie's family is surely going through.
On Wednesday, in front of a crowd of college students in Utah, a shooter fired 1 shot and assassinated Kirk. New surveillance video shows the suspected gunman get away on foot.
You can hate, you can love whoever you want in this country, but if you hate that person, that hatred should never propel you to see their demise.
And the illegal immigrants cut in line.
The conservative influencer viewed by some as controversial.
James bounced. I added him and then he bounced. What do you want me to do about it? I can't. I'm not his wife. I can't control him.
Yeah,
Controversial.
spit him out first.
These anti-Kirk protesters earlier this year outside his event at Cal State Northridge. There are people out there that feel like he is divisive. How do you respond to that?
if you really take time to listen to what he has to say, he says it in love, but he speaks truth. And sometimes people feel they're offended. Just like I used to think I was offended before I had Jesus Christ in my heart. Father, you gave us the energy.
Supporters now looking up with heavy hearts.
Repent and you ask Christ to come in.
Hoping to carry on Charlie's voice they still hear.
Charlie Kirk has been a very influential figure in my life since I was probably like 13.
I want to continue his mission and continue.
Huh? Yeah, he's 16. Since I've been doing this since I was 13. 2 years ago? Not even a full presidential term?
Jeez, man.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Spreading his words.
That really was the main takeaway here tonight. So many people wanting to continue Kirk's message. We're live downtown. Matthew Seedorf, Fox 11 News.
Well, I apologize, James. My bad, buddy.
What a little
all right,
faggot.
guys.
You took too long to let me up. Fuck
I
you,
know.
James Withrow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, I let you up and your audio was fucking terrible, as always.
Yeah.
So, maybe bullet dodged there. Who knows? All right, guys. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me. That was a good stream. If any more news breaks tomorrow, I will go live again tomorrow night to cover it.
5 in a row?
Dude, 5 in a row. I'm on a 4-day in a row stream streak. First 2 days it was just normal. I wanted to stream, and then I'm locked in now. We fucking we're covering a lot of shit. It's been really good. And for those of you, we will absolutely be covering UFO stuff. I know there's a lot of people that asked me to talk about UFO stuff. There was a new American Alchemy that just came out where it's this guy, he worked on a naval base and worked directly with tall Nordic whites. I've heard of this story many times in the past. I think Art Bell talked about it a couple of times. It's a really interesting story. The guy has a fucking crazy voice. So there's stuff to talk about. That UAP hearing was a bit of a bore. Me and Faded Bones, we can debate about the new video they released too, because I'm going back and forth on it
Bro,
too. So
do you remember the shit that I was spitting to you last night, like blackout drunk as fuck, with the Reaper drone, or the Reaper missile, or whatever the fuck,
with the fins. Yeah.
And then I showed you that thing, and I was like,
well, then Ryan Graves, Lieutenant Ryan Graves, like came out today, and he was sort of saying the same thing that I was saying when I initially saw it, when we were watching it like cold for the first time during the thing. He was saying it's like the parallax of the video and the camera movement and the way it's filmed. Like you don't like, it looks like it's still continuing on, but it could just be like the camera angle is changing and it looks like it's traveling fast. And if it was zoomed out, maybe you'd see it like crash into the ocean at some point, but we didn't get to see the full video. But anyways, thanks guys for hanging out. Scummy, I really appreciate it, buddy.
Send some links to you for content.
Put them in the Discord. That's what the Discord's for,
yeah,
man.
that's what I'm gonna do. So that
And then just like don't
some...
go against my autism and put them in the proper channels. That's all I ask, or else I'll have to kill you.
I got you. And I'm
right.
trying to use my screen reader properly.
All right, brother. Keep
Later.
up the good work. You're doing great, Scum. See you soon, buddy. You going live, Faded?
Yeah.
All right, man. Everybody go watch Faded. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Hit that like button. Become a channel member. I really appreciate everybody showing up lately. It's been really cool. You guys are the best. Enjoy your Friday. Take it easy. Peace.
Because I'm fucking around with you when I'm drunk. I'm out playing you by you.
No, you're actually not.
Yo, I actually am. Yeah, but
I like your Wendy's drive-thru headset tonight. It looks good on you.
Yeah, but
did you take that home from work? Oh, a transgender person said they tried to put a dick in his ass and it didn't work.
They couldn't
put the secret, Jimmy. Don't do it. Don't touch the vomit. Oh my God. It's so bad. Ew, why is she doing it in a seductive way?
Bo
Jackson trying to sound gay, but even black guys have fucking big old booties.
Yo!
Why are you checking out black dude butts?
Hella gay!
That was the gayest thing that comes in.
It's gonna,
Hey, but them black dudes do be having big butts though, am I right? Give me a break.